Namaste. As part of DAV tradition, I request all to rise for a small prayer.
Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Matra Devo Bhava Pitra Devo Bhava Acharya Devo Bhava Aditi Devo Bhava Om Shanti 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 Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Matra Devo Bhava Pitra Devo Bhava Acharya Devo Bhava Aditi Devo Bhava Om Shanti 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 Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Matra Devo Bhava Pitra Devo Bhava Acharya Devo Bhava Aditi Devo Bhava Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Namaste. Let's envision a future where every child in our country has access to quality education, healthcare is within reach for all families, individuals are equipped with skills to succeed, and communities thrive through sustainable agriculture. At DAV Chennai, HEAL is not just an acronym. We believe that by focusing on health, education, environment, agriculture, animal welfare, and livelihood, we can create a lasting change. Hence, we came up with the term HEAL. HEAL represents our commitment to nurturing sustainable practices that benefit the community at large, fostering resilience and self-sufficiency. What we have witnessed till now on the screen is a recap of HEAL Talks first edition that was captured last academic year. Namaste. On behalf of DAV Kalakendram, the Creative Arts Academy of DAV Group Chennai, I extend a very warm welcome to all present here. I am Aarti and I will be your MC for this morning. How did HEAL Talks come about? Our secretary, Vikas Aryaji, had this vision of making the 6 categories the ethos of DAV Group of Schools. We wanted students to grow up in our campuses, imbibing all the directives, which actually are emotions, and by following them, they become a way of life. So he coined the term HEAL, and we decided to make this the theme for HEAL Talks. So following the lines of TEDx, we decided to design HEAL Talks, where we wanted to encourage our students to come up with ideas worth doing. We are very excited to partner with TIE, the Indus Entrepreneur, with their TYE program, The Young Entrepreneur, an organization that empowers young minds to become innovative leaders and change makers. Through this collaboration, we are bringing together the energy and creative part of young entrepreneurs with DAV's commitment to community development. A little bit about the HEAL Talks journey. This process began in the month of March where we conducted information sessions for almost 1,000 plus students across all our branches and briefed them on how to identify a problem, think of a probable solution, and create a presentation. These ideas reached us, and all the registered students then attended a 3-day boot camp where they were mentored by subject and industry experts. The highlight was their visit to the IIT Research Park at Taramani, where they got to interact with established startups and industry experts and understand how they function with the nuances of the market. After this, they were asked to submit their business models and a video of their idea and presentation. They were then mentored by Dharmalingamji from the TIE team, who handheld them as the students went through the rigorous process of preparing their pitch and prototypes. Then came Giridharanji, who threw lightning bolts of questions at them as they rehearsed for their pitch. He wanted to ensure the students had practical ideas with a social benefit at large and were also at affordable costs. Based on this, we selected 8 finalists. They were then mentored by Kavita Krishnakumarji. Ma'am is an expert soft skills coach and trainer under whose guidance the participants learnt to measure and mentor their ums and ahs and to break free from their sing-song narratives. Their posture on stage and eye contact with the audience was corrected, pronunciation and diction was looked into. This training was an online as well as an offline model. Thank you, ma'am, so much for your support. Arogyata. This is the first working model of a simple idea that was taken up by the DAV's incubation cell. We present to you Vinod Kumarji, the brain and the brawn behind the vertical Arogyata. With an engineering background, he went on to secure a master's in international relations. As the founder and CEO of Arogyata, he believes we need to work hand in hand to develop sustainable and eco-friendly practices. And believe it or not, he came up with this idea while brushing his teeth one morning. Let's watch a video. Arogyata, rooted in tradition, growing for the world. This unique initiative is dedicated to pure and natural living, offering 100% authentic chemical-free products. From home and personal care to groceries and puja materials, each item is sourced directly from trusted farmers and ethical manufacturers. Arogyata goes beyond wellness. It empowers women entrepreneurs, supports over 2,500 desi cows, and promotes eco-conscious gifting. With over 1,500 happy customers in Chennai, the brand is now launching its online store, expanding delivery across India, and creating rural packaging hubs led by women entrepreneurs. I request him to join me on stage. So sir will share a little bit about his journey. Namaste and welcome to Hill Talks, sir.
Namaste to all. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for inviting me.
How do you resonate with the name Arogyata?
Arogyata is a unique name which mostly focusing on health and wellness, ma'am. So it's not only wellness for the individual as well as the health for the earth, ma'am. So it's like a Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam concept. We actually named it like Arogyata, ma'am.
How did this become a part of the DAV's incubation cell? Hold the mic close.
Okay, ma'am. This initiative under our HEAL concept, environment, animal liberation. We currently focusing on mainly cow production and as well as natural farming, ma'am. So natural farming, without cow we cannot do natural farming, so it's integrated one, ma'am. So Arogita's vision is to supply much natural products to our people. So our without cow we cannot provide natural products, so it's integrated one. So we incubated under DAV incubation cell, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
I request the audience to quickly settle down. Students who are coming in now. And some can move to the far end quickly. So rightly as Sir says, everything that is natural has to be healthy. The first time I remember I met him at the head office and we were introducing the new product. And my first question, as anyone's would be, was, sir, what exactly is the main ingredient in your products? So what was the answer? I'll let him say it to you.
Cow dung.
He said cow dung and cow mutra. And yes, that's how exactly the color drained from my face too. But he assured me it's something he has
Yes, first product
first thing in the mornings.
floor cleaner. Floor cleaner, it has cow urine as a essential base. So we actually distill the cow urine. So it is 100% antibacterial and antifungal. It is good for removing the impurities from our floor. So it's good for our health as well as good pet friendly. We proved this one is pet friendly. So most of the customers are using those who are having pets in their home. So we are happy to supply those products, ma'am.
I can vouch for that. I have a pet and he's perfectly healthy with the floor cleaner. But so there are so many floor cleaners in the market. What makes yours unique?
Ma'am, our floor cleaner, it has very minimal ingredients, ma'am. Only we have 3 ingredients. One is Gau Ark, second one is neem oil, third one is lemongrass oil. Lemongrass oil, it will smoothen our mind as well as it will reduce our stress, ma'am. So neem oil and Gau Ark, it has antibacterial and antifungal property. So these 3 combines very minimal input and we have getting maximum output, ma'am. That's our uniqueness.
So that's very nice. We have 11th graders who are here, who I think in probably 4 months are going to start the stress of their exams. So if you could mop your house, especially your room, with the Arogita floor cleaner, he says this fragrance will calm you down. So that's your audience for you, sir. Can you also shed light on how they can support the Arogita initiative?
Ma'am, anyone can support in 2 ways, ma'am. One, they can register as a vendor, they can supply their products to the customer through our portal, and they can register as a customer and they can benefit out of the good and eco-conscious products, ma'am.
So this is how we can support Arogita, but now let's hear what your vision for the future is.
Ma'am, initially I came up with this idea to eliminate microplastics in our day-to-day life, ma'am. That is our main motto. So removing microplastics is a tedious process because every day, since the morning, we are using in the toothbrush, paste, everything we have microplastics, ma'am. As well as while cleaning some utensils, then it has that green color microplastics issue. So it's everything is going into our earth. So now we are creating the chemical-free earth. So in the journey, now we are expanding our customer base as well as manufacturers, natural farmers, supporting the natural farmers. That will boost their confidence and supply the regular natural products that will save our earth as well as improve our health and wellness, ma'am. So in future, we are creating in each village level cluster we are planning to create for packaging industry, ma'am. So mainly in rural base, natural farmers and manufacturers are creating the product, but they are having the main issue called branding and marketing, ma'am. So we are planning to do capacity building for women, let them do for the packaging for the natural farmers and marketing persons, ma'am. So this will improve our this is our future growth journey, ma'am.
So what you're saying is that you help the consumer, that's a customer, connect directly with the farmers.
Yes, ma'am.
So where exactly are these farmers based out of, sir? All only within Tamil Nadu?
Yes, ma'am. Initially, we are planning to. We are getting products from all over the India, like Gujarat and other parts of India. We are now in the initial phase. We are planning to support the Tamil Nadu farmers. In the future, we are planning to expand all over the world, ma'am.
That's very wonderful, sir. So, heartiest congratulations and our best wishes to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's
Thank
Vinod Kumarji,
Namaste.
CEO, founder, Arogyata. Thank you so much, sir. So this is what the day is going to look like. We will have a few presentations from students, like I've already told you, about their ideas worth doing. In between, there will be guest speakers, special mentions, and a very wonderfully curated fireside chat. So sit tight. But before that, let's understand what is the big excitement that our students have been preparing for. Apart from a specially curated hamper and trophies that the students will be winning today, they also get a grand prize. They will receive a mentorship from TIE to participate in the TYP, that is the Young Entrepreneurship Program, where they will present these ideas at an international platform. A very warm swagatam to our jury panel. Shankaraji, founder of Caprix Learning Lab. Ram Kumarji, expert in introducing groundbreaking innovations in the healthcare space technology. And Shyam Sundarji, alumnus DAV Boys Gopalpuram. Special round of applause from the balcony. Co-founder of SharePlay. As the stage gets prepared for the presenters, a small message for my dear audience here. Students, let's not walk around in and out of the auditorium when there is a presenter on stage and the presentation is in progress. Okay, we'll need your complete support even up there. And definitely the presenters are now going to put on their column mics. So they have about 10 minutes to complete their presentation. And this is going to be followed by a 5-minute Q&A. The Q&A can come from the jury's desk as well as anyone from the audience. We have volunteers ready with the mics. So let's give them our complete attention. Let them finish their presentation and then you can quietly raise up your hand and a mic will be delivered to you for your question. You are with me so far? Any questions? Okay. To my dear participants backstage, please use the stage well. They have 2 screens in front of them. One carries their notes and one carries their presentation, which will give them the cues on what they're going to present. Along with the ideas, they have also prepared a LED content which is going to talk and show about the ideas and the prototypes that they have come up with. So let's give them our complete attention. Please, I'll have the first presenter on stage for you. We have Manaswini Wells Gopalpuram. Best wishes.
Thank you. Namaste, I'm Manaswini V, the founder of NeoGuard, an AI-based seatbelt safety system that aims to make vehicles smarter and roads much safer. So, road safety is a global issue. Over 50% of the road accidents happen just because the driver isn't wearing their seatbelts. Do you want to know the number of people die earlier? So, do you guys have any clue about it? Okay, let me tell it. Over 11.6 million people die every year just because of road accidents, and its causes are drunk driving is a major cause of road accidents. Drivers may suffer medical emergencies like heart attacks, blackouts while driving, and sadly current safety systems don't stop vehicles in safety conditions, and that's the gap that NeoGuard is going to fill. NeoGuard is an AI-based safety system that incorporates sensors to make it more valuable. It has monitors monitors heart rate to detect emergencies, detect alcohol levels and prevents drunk driving, ensure seatbelt compliance before ignition, and automatically stop the car in case of emergency. And it also sends emergency alerts with GPS location. So this is the flowchart or diagram of this project. So let me explain you how the idea works. Heart rate sensor, ECG or a pulse sensor, track driver's heart rate to detect stress or blackout. Alcohol detection, MQ3 sensor, prevents the car from starting if alcohol is detected. Seatbelt compliance check, ensure the seatbelt is properly worn before allowing it to ignite. Emergency shutdown and alert system, if an issue is detected, the car slows down carefully and send alerts. So the features and novelty of this NeoGuard. AI-driven heart rate monitoring, directs irregular heartbeats or health risk. Alcohol detection before ignition, prevents drunk driving, accidents. Real-time seatbelt enforcement, no seatbelt, no movement. And emergency auto-stop system, stop the car safely if an emergency is detected. IoT-based alerts, notifies emergency contacts immediately. As we know, every tech startup has some drawbacks and limitations. For us, it's the initial setup cost, false positive that AI might produce, and some user resistance that some drivers may preserve auto shut-off features and invasive, and data privacy concerns. Continuous health and alcohol monitoring may raise privacy issues. And we have worked on it. We'll tell how we overcome these limitations. Cost efficiency. We are using affordable open source components and scalable manufacturing. AI training, continuous module improvement using diverse driving and health data sets. User control provides override options with concern and safety warnings. Data handling ensures encrypted data storage and privacy first design. Market opportunity for this. The target market, automotive manufacturers, fleet companies, and commercial vehicle services. Growth potential, global automotive safety market is expected to surpass $1,500 billion by 2030. Regulatory push, rising government mandates for vehicle safety in countries like India, Europe, and USA. Consumer awareness, increasing demand for health integrated smart vehicles. Our target customers are parents of young or elderly drivers, schools and college bus operators, driving schools and new license holders, safety conscious private car owners. So this is the detailed cost structure for per device plus MVP build. This is for hardware. This is for testing, assembly and calibration. And this is for app and backend development. And this will be the final MVP project cost summary. So this will be the final product cost structure. Per unit scaled and manufacturing, the final per unit cost will be around rupees 2,340 to rupees 2,500. And this is the competitive landscape. No other vehicle systems has the features that NeoGuard has. Future enhancements, we wish to add facial recognitions and drowsiness detection, real-time cloud analytics for fleet health reports, integration with car insurance apps for discounts, voice-assisted emergency handling system, children and pet safety alerts. The impact potential, it could reduce seatbelt-related fatalities by 40%, real-time response to health issues could save 10,000 lives annually, and empower safe driving culture in commercial fields and schools. I'm actually participating in a national level competition which is coming on the next week, June 28 and 29. I'm actually seeking mentorship for that competition. It's conducted by ABB IIITM Gwalior. The competition name is Hackathon. It's an hackathon competition. I'm presenting the same idea there. Now I will be presenting a prototype for this idea. So this will be the dashboard this will be our dashboard. So first login page, and this will give the person's profile. So you can see your heart rate sensor, alcohol and seatbelt sensor will be, you can check your heart rate there. Now let us do this. I'm traveling, but I ain't wearing my seatbelt. So this sense, it will start beeping. And now I'm wearing my seatbelt. I'm driving normally, and suddenly I feel some heart attack, some heartbeat is rising up. So the lights will go up. So the lights will go up and the beep will start going on. And an emergency notification will be sent. An emergency notification will be sent to your phone as well as your emergency contacts. If alcohol is being detected, your engine will be locked and a notification will be sent to your mails, your mobile saying that alcohol detected, engine locked. And if seatbelt not fastened, an ignition block notification will be coming to your phone. Thank you.
Thank you, Manaswini. The floor is now open for questions.
Hi Manaswini.
Hi.
Very innovative idea. Good that like you have been like trying to show some prototype and everything. But I want to understand like why the name NeoGuard? Like,
So NeoGuard, like it was a sudden name idea which I got.
Okay.
My dad helped me with the naming, so he should answer that question.
that's good. Okay. So when you displayed about the market competitions
sir.
and everything, right? So there were like now all the electric vehicles comes with a lot of safety features. So how are you going to make it little unique?
Sir, actually, the now vehicle systems have safety measures in them, but they don't detect your heart rate, they don't send notifications, they don't send your live GPS location to the emergency contacts, they don't detect your alcohol rate, they don't. So these are the thing. The existing thing which is already there in the market is it will detect if your seatbelt has not been wear, it will detect it. But the thing here is many people are putting the seatbelt back and they are driving it. There is no use in having a seatbelt then. So if you are not wearing a seatbelt and doing something like that, your heart rate will not be recognized, right? So the engine won't start. Unless and until your heart rate is being start to recognize, then only your vehicle will start.
Good. Okay. Few more suggestions to add to that.
Yes, sir.
Like you mentioned that you will send notifications to
Yes.
emergency contact and everything. Think improvising it. Like say based on the GPS location, see if you can send it to the nearby
Yeah,
hospital.
sir. It will be
or the ambulance.
to emergency contacts also, like to all the medical ambulance will also be sent. Also to the emergency contacts, to the family members, to notify the family members, we'll be sending messages to them also.
Sure.
The light and the horn butter is being given because the light is actually the headlight. I wanted to resemble the headlight. So the headlight is being given because the vehicles coming behind, before the person fall drowsy, the person coming behind should not come and hit them. If the car, if they lose control of the car, they might dash, and 4 to 5 cars continuously may get hit, and accidents, it can become a big tragedy. So that's the reason why I incorporated the headlight thing, and the red light will make it more evident that it's an emergency, so people could come around and help them. And the another thing which I didn't mention there, it will automatically roll down your window so that the person can get fresh air.
Good. You have to mention that.
Hi Manaswini.
Yes.
Great idea. I really like it. It's I think it's really useful, especially in the drunk driving situation. So do you plan to do this from a manufacturer point of view along with car manufacturer,
Yes,
or
sir.
as a retrofit for existing vehicles?
So for existing vehicles, we'll also be making devices which they can add it up on their car in a automobile manufacturer somewhere. But while if you are purchasing a new car, they will ask if you want a airbag option or not. Same like that, we'll do a direct partnership with the automobile manufacturers like Hyundai and all, and we'll ask them to add this as an option for them, so they can add if they want it. And at a point, like airbag was not necessary in the first stage. While my father bought a car, it was not necessary. But now, like most of the cars have airbag. Over a time, it will also become necessary and mandate.
So now the new cars that are coming out have this thing called ADAS, right? ADAS and adaptive driving systems. So do you also plan to integrate with that so that...
We'll work on it, sir.
Yeah, so I think that's something you'll have to look at because a lot of new cars that are coming out have got this ADAS that helps you stay on the road and things like that. So this will be a really nice addition to that.
Yes,
is what I
sir,
think.
we'll work on it, definitely.
So add upon both the sir's suggestions, right? So when you are thinking of your customers, right?
Yes.
As your slide mentioned, target customers are the payers will be your licensors and young school players.
Yes, sir.
That's not the case for you right now, right?
Sir, no, sir. If you see, most of the young drivers are the one who drunk driving. Like many people here, many adults have the knowledge to not drunk.
So that's the
driving,
thing,
so-
right? So that's the psychology thing. Like it should be inbuilt in the core, right? So
So
the
it's-
persons they are drinking or something, right? They cannot buy this thing, right? Until unless they are cued from our things.
That's
right?
what parents
So if
think.
it is inbuilt on the manufacturer side, as you mentioned when sirs asked, right? So if it is in the inbuilt system that you are manufacturing or integrating technology transfer to the manufacturers, so that will be helpful. That will be a business point of view.
Yes,
right?
sir, that's
So
my entire
the
vision.
people will not pay for this until unless it is in the inbuilt in the core system.
Okay.
Right, so it's a fantastic presentation. You walked us very nicely.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
We are open to students' questions now.
If there is an emergency, like when the driver is driving in the middle of the street, will the car stop in the middle of the street?
No, it will. Now, recent years cars have something, right? So they can automatically stop the car, not like suddenly. It will slowly stop the car. That's the reason we have the headlight and the sound thing, so that the cars coming the behind or the front knows there is a car which is in emergency and it is going to stop.
Thank you. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. I really liked your presentation, but one small doubt regarding the app. How much time did you spend in the making of the app?
Should I be honest? I spent 30 minutes right here yesterday.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
the,
vouch for that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Thank you.
In fact, she was supposed to rope in a volunteer to do the chair, but I think friends did not support. Yeah. One more question. Check the mic, please.
So, ma'am, you told when alcohol detects, the engine will lock, right?
Yes.
So, how the car may accident, right?
It won't. You are just gonna start the car, right?
No, I'm telling when we are driving, so the bridge, we are up in a bridge, and while we are going down, and the car suddenly detects alcohol.
How can it suddenly detect? Before you start the car, only you are gonna the car will sense the alcohol.
He's worried he's drinking on the way.
Oh,
Good thought, my boy. Manaswini, think about it.
yeah, I will work on it definitely.
Safe bet. She'll rope in daddy to answer that. One more question and then we'll wrap up. Anybody else? Okay, thank you, Manaswini.
Thank you, ma'am.
The applause said it all. The criteria that the students are being judged and graded upon: problem identification, customer segment and early adapters, unique value proposition, solutions, channel, that is basic understanding of how the solution will reach the audience, unfair advantage, that is the unique edge or differentiator, presentation skills of course, and how the Q&A was handled. We will move on to Charvi, our next presenter. She is also from Girls Gopalpuram.
Let me take you into the life of Arav, a 12-year-old boy who lives on the outskirts of Chennai. Arav is bright and curious, but is slowly falling behind in school.
His classrooms are overcrowded, the teacher overstretched, and the learning pace doesn't match his own. His parents, while supportive, cannot help him in science or algebra. There is no private tutor, no personalized help, just confusion, frustration, and a growing sense of inadequacy. There are 670 million learners globally who, like Arav, lack basic literacy and numeracy skills. Not because they lack potential, but because of the rigid one-size-fits-all systems. For students with ADHD, dyslexia, autism, and other learning differences, these challenges intensify dramatically, often resulting in misunderstanding and stigma. Namaste. I am Chavi from DAV Girls Gopalpuram. I built Personal Tutor because I was once like Arav myself. I have faced the struggles of being eager to learn but unable to do so because of the rigid systems. I built this concept because I wanted to create an app for students, especially for those the system often forgets about. Personal Tutor is an AI-powered, personalized and inclusive learning app designed to meet every learner exactly where they are. It adapts to their learning style, whether visual, kinesthetic or auditory, using a smart quiz during sign-up. The content is modified accordingly, ensuring that students aren't just taught but understood. Each lesson is followed by a short adaptive quiz. Perform well, the student progresses. Struggle, the system pivots instantly, offering simplified videos and interactive explanations. The result, no learner is left behind. At the heart of Personal Tutor is a groundbreaking on-demand content forge technology, which dynamically generates fully customized content, including animations, simulations, quizzes, and real-time voice recorded lectures. Additionally, our total accessibility layer ensures complete inclusivity by ensuring that it adapts to the user interface for over 20 cognitive and sensory learning needs, including dyslexia-friendly fonts, text-to-speech support, autism-optimized interface, and interactive tools for dyscalculia and auditory processing disorders. Moreover, our app also features a neuroadaptive engagement system, the flow state meter, which detects frustrations or disengagement if the student is not interested in learning. So to set it accordingly, it completely tailors the content so that the student doesn't get disinterested or leave studying. And we have further integrated the well-known Feynman technique, which prompts the students to articulate the learned concepts in their own words. The AI, it evaluates the explanations, identifies gaps, and provides targeted feedback. So this isn't just rote memorization, it's mastery. Our smart daily planner uses Pomodoro structured study sessions. So 25 minutes of deep focus study followed by a 5-minute break. So it caps daily study at 1.5 hours to ensure consistency without burnout. Gamification features include badges, streaks, leaderboards. Our AI-powered study group matches peers with similar learning goals, and a GPT-4-powered chatbot ensures timely help and providing doubt resolution. But this isn't just for students. The parents can use the dashboards to monitor progress. The teachers can assign modules and ensure that they track engagement. NGOs can deploy this platform in underserved schools. And the content creators, whether they are experienced educators or bright students, they can upload short, high-quality explanatory videos, ensuring while earning rewards and other incentives. So the potential for this industry is immense. The global educational sector is a $10 trillion market, while EdTech alone is estimated to exceed $800 billion by 2033. Our total addressable market is 1.5 billion students globally, and our serviceable addressable market focuses on the 300 million K-12 students across India, Africa and Latin America with mobile access. Now, we are definitely not the first learning app. However, we are the most inclusive, most interactive and learner-centric. Other platforms such as Khan Academy offer static videos. Byju's charges are rather high and it lacks flexibility. Duolingo, it gamifies language but is not for the core subjects. And ChatGPT can definitely answer your queries and doubts. However, it doesn't provide you a structured study plan or tracks your progress. Personal Tutor does all of that and even more. So our go-to-market plan is pretty clear. We'll begin in India with content aligned with the CBSE and ICSE boards. Our next step will be to collaborate with 50 pilot schools and select NGOs. The student ambassadors and micro-educators will drive awareness and earn through content creation. And as we grow, we localize the content for Africa and Latin America, releasing a App Lite Plus version for low bandwidth areas and USB and SD cards for offline content. Now, here's our revenue model. So it mainly features a freemium model. So the students can access the core features for free. However, the premium upgrades unlock further better features such as AI tutor and analytics and the live doubt clearing sessions. We'll generate revenue from ads, content creators, certifications and educational accessories like blue light eyewear blocking systems. Now here's a quick roadmap of how we are going to quickly go about it. During the first year, we are going to target 10,000 users with 250 creators generating $250,000 revenue. During the third and finally moving to the third year, we would have targeted 5 million users and 500 creators generating $10 million in revenue. So totally by the third year, we would have generated 10 million plus learning hours. Personal Tutor is not just an app idea, it's a blueprint for an equitable future. We are not asking you to fund an app, I am inviting you to invest in future. Thank you.
Yeah, hi Charvi. Very unique idea, much needed solution in the market now. Like I work with the education of being an edtech. I see a good potential there in the market. So one question that I would want to understand from you is, how do you bring age appropriateness in your solution? Like say for example, I don't want my AI system to teach algebra to a 5th grader, whereas I wanted to teach a complex physics equation or a chemistry equation to a 12th grader. So how do you bring age appropriateness in your platform?
So now it again depends on the student ability. So during the first sign up, we'll evaluate how its ability is and where the student's potentials lie. According to that, the content will be generated, and so say if a student is does exceptionally well in algebra, but however struggles in science, the content for the science would be at a lower level so that the student can understand better. And for the algebra, they would gradually move on to much higher grade level so that it doesn't get bored and keeps learning throughout.
Okay. And one more question that I wanted to understand from you is, you said like it is more going to be AI powered content.
Yes.
Like say you said there is no pre-recorded videos or anything.
Yes, definitely.
Then why do you need to spend so much amount on creators there?
The reason we are spending on creators, because at times students may not feel, see, initially we need the creators to generate content. The AI powered creators will come in gradually later, because it's not so easy to develop it initially. So first we'll start with the human creators, and then gradually move on to fully AI customized content. That's the plan for now.
And what is your approach to, like say you said first year you wanted to bring 100K students as users, right? So what is your approach on getting those many schools? Like I saw your roadmap of like 50 schools and everything, but how do you bring or make them sign? Because like say it's more about a personal tutor, right? So are you going to coach them for like the board exams, or are you going to coach them for personal learning, or are you going to coach them for your competitive exams, or like what is your going to be the go-to-market approach?
So initially we'll start with the CBSE and ICSE content for board exams and stuff like that. Gradually we'll move on to the more competitive exams as per the students' requirements, and then initially we'll also try bringing in college level exams for their particular chosen field. Thank you.
Good.
Okay, the jury is done. Anyone from the audience? Yes, ma'am.
Charvi, it's a very interesting presentation. I just wanted to ask you, globally homeschooling is on the rise, and that segment, it's a key potential segment, needs to be addressed, because in your time zone and everything, you're trying to enter into collaboration with schools and all that, but your bigger market
I
is
request the
actually
students to please stay quiet.
homeschooling.
Yeah.
So I guess that particular segment is missing. In India also homeschooling is actually on the rise. So the parents also become your key target audience.
Yes.
So that is something which I wanted you to address. That should be part of your TAM.
Definitely, ma'am. I'll work on that.
Thank you.
One more like kind of additional that you can suggest, right? Like so now the AI content powered, right? It is so much advanced.
Yes.
Not just ChatGPT 4, right?
Yeah.
So it is far more advanced than what you think. Even you can no need for a human creators now, right? It actually you can go the fully powered AI for whatever the content you want to generate, not just for a board exams, competitives, any PhD level content you can do just from a single prompt.
Yes.
Right? So it is so much advanced, but still now it is not accessible for anyone, right? Even for the people who are in that industry also, they are not getting that much level of technological content from that, right? So you just focus on making it a completely AI powered, that's my suggestion, right? So AI powered content creator, because there are so many platforms are made up with the human creators, right? So when you are telling you have a neuro AI, right? The method that you have mentioned in your presentation. So for that you need to, so for the adaptive learning, the human creators will not be that much push will give, right?
Yes.
If it is a AI powered content, AI system will adjust accordingly. If I am locked in kind of a SSR set algebra or some kind of a maths or something, so the AI will analyze my kind of a learning path and it will give suggestion to that. So it will increase my potential to understand what algebra means or what the physics means, kind of,
Yes.
right? So you can, this is the ultimate suggestion, you can go completely the AI powered content. So that will make a far more better than the ChatGPT.
Yes, definitely.
So you don't need to compete, or you don't need to compete with the other AI platforms. So basically you can have your own system that will generate n number of AI powered content that will make the people's life easy.
Yes,
Right.
that's our final plan for now, to make it completely AI driven. We are starting with human creators because it is not completely feasible to directly jump into AI customized content. That is why.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Someone from the audience, students? Yes, we have someone from the boys wing.
What about the students of government schools who don't have access or rather have exposure to such technology?
Yes, that is why we are pairing up with NGOs and government schools so that they can implement
Quiet,
this in
please.
their own schools.
Anybody else? Okay, we have two more.
We often see that AI LLMs, they hallucinate and make up their own information. How do you plan on fixing this problem?
That is a thing for the future when we are actually developing AI. While we are doing the development, we'll ensure that the AI is completely focused on studies and doesn't deviate from that path.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, one more.
So I really love your presentation and hats off to your effort.
Thank you.
But I have a small doubt. Using this app, won't students be too dependent on the app for learning? And if they want to do a simple sum, they can't do it on their own. They'll be dependent on the app. So what's the solution for that? How can it help the students to learn on their own, like implement their own knowledge in the subjects rather than depending on the app?
See, this app is mainly targeting the students who haven't even mastered basic numeracy or literacy. These students need a teacher to teach them, and that is what we'll do. We have, since, as I've included earlier, I'm also including the Feynman technique so that the students learn the concepts and explain it in their own words. Now, see, a teacher is required in all walks of life. You need a teacher to eventually explain it to you. But as you gradually move on, as you gradually gain more knowledge and become smarter, then you will eventually be able to get it on your own.
Thank you.
One last question.
I really loved your presentation and I really love the idea, but I have one doubt. So I saw how you explained that this app, it helps with people with disorders like ADHD and autism and etc. So I've read that people with ADHD often get distracted, like they get distracted really easily. So how does the app help with that?
That is why we have the neuroadaptive engagement system, which is the flow state meter. So now if it detects if the student is getting frustrated or disengaged, then it either suggests a quick break or completely customizes the contents. It gamifies it even more so that the students keep getting interested and do not lose focus.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Charvi. Very well tackled. Our next presenter for this morning is Srinisha. Srinisha is from DAV BHEL School, Ranipet.
So namaste to one and all present here. I am Srinisha of class 10, the founder of OceanGuard. OceanGuard is an AI-powered plastic cleanup drones which are designed to clean the ocean sustainably and autonomously. Do we all know how many millions of plastics are there in our ocean right now? 11 million metric tons. Yes, you heard it right. 11 million metric tons of plastic reach our oceans every year, and sadly, marine lives are dying, ecosystems are collapsing, and plastic is making its way back to our dinner plates. But wait, where do these plastics come from? Let's see its sources. Mainly, these plastics come from industries such as packaging industries, agricultural industries, and automobile industries. From the industries, these plastics are transported to the sea via rivers, and around 1,000 rivers are responsible for about 80% of the global plastic pollution. It also has a lot of effects, like it can affect the wildlife, food chain, habitat degradation, and can also cause a lot of economic impacts. It can affect the wildlife both internally and externally. Internally, the consumption of plastic leads to the accumulation of toxin in the intestine. Also externally, the skin of the aquatic animals get entangled in the plastics, which also leads to death. And in food chain, the microplastic consumption can lead to accumulation of toxin in the food chain. And when we come to habitat degradation, plastics generally have a capacity to change the habitat of its users. Like we take us humans, we have changed a lot of our habitats due to the usage of plastic. Similarly, if this plastic pollution continues, then the amount of the aquatic animals may change their ability to adapt to climatic changes. Also, when we come to economic impacts, plastic can negatively impact the fishing, tourism and other industries which completely rely on healthy oceans. You may think I told the problem, the solution, effects and sources, but do you have an example? Yes, I do. We all would have known the city Texas, one of the biggest city in the world. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is double the size of the city Texas and consists of about 1.8 trillion tons of plastics in it. So now, to sum up the problem statement, a minimum of 8 million tons of plastic enter the ocean every year. And there are traditional cleanup methods which include manual cleanup via boats or through barriers like river nets. Some rely on volunteer beach cleanups too. But all these solutions are either limited in range or inconsistent. So I present you OceanGuard, an AI-powered plastic cleanup drones which are designed to detect and collect the plastics and debris which are floating in the ocean sustainably and autonomously. Our drone contains a camera to detect the plastic, mechanical arms to collect it, and solar panels to stay charged. So this OceanGuard is built with a combination of AI, robotics and other sustainable technology. This is made from a lightweight material which is mainly recycled marine plastic or carbon fiber. It is charged with solar panels so that it can work sustainably for a long duration. It is also designed in such a way that it stays stable and buoyant in rough waters. It contains a computer vision system due to which it can identify the plastics from the marine life, and also contains water sensors to measure the pollution levels and monitors ocean health. It is fixed with a GPS and navigation system which allows it to move freely across the oceans. We are placing it in a robotic arms and section system so that it collects the plastic without harming marine life, and also it separates the plastic into recyclable and non-recyclable plastics on board. It is also fixed with a compactor which compresses the plastic so that more amount of plastics can be collected in one single trip. It also has IoT connectivity. Here, IoT refers to Internet of Thinking, that is, it sends real-time data to the central hub and others. It also provides the data to the governments, NGOs and researchers. Docking stations are placed in key locations for charging and maintenance. Also, it can be monitored through remotes for efficient fleet management. When we come to its collection, this drone is designed in such a way that it can collect 50 to 100 kgs of drone per day and can travel a distance of 10 to 20 kilometers into the sea. It is also designed in such a way that it collects the microplastics up to 1 meter depth. This is mostly made of lithium-ion or LiFePO4 batteries because they are long-lasting. It has a power of 10,000 to 20,000 amperes and can work up to 6 to 8 hours in the absence of sun. On a sunny day, it can work for 24 hours, and it takes a very less time for charging, which is just 2 to 4 hours. And this drone collects 1.5 to 3 tons of plastics per month, which means 1,000 drones can collect 1,500 to 3,000 tons of plastics per month. That is, with a fleet of 1,000 drones, we could potentially remove 36,000 tons of plastics, which makes a significant impact on the global ocean pollution. So to sum up the process, the OceanGuard first enters the ocean and then detects the plastic with the help of AI sensors, and then the robotic arms collects the plastic, and again sorting mechanism takes place, that is recyclable and non-recyclable plastics are separated, and then processing, that is the compactor compresses the plastic and data is reported to the governments, NGOs and researchers. Now this collected plastic is sold to the eco-friendly brands to convert it into sustainable products. So you may think, why should you invest on me? This is because we do have some competitive advantages. This drone is fully autonomous and solar powered, which means it is sustainable and any human intervention is needed. It is AI driven, that is, it is not harming any of the marine life. And it provides a scalable solution. As we saw, 36,000 tons can be removed, which is really a scalable solution. And then data monetization. It sends real-time data to the NGOs, governments and other researchers. The global plastic cleanup market has estimated $30 billion by 2030, and we have also got growing demand for these plastics in various fields like fashion, packaging, and manufacturing industries. We have also got potential customers like the governments, NGOs, eco-conscious businesses, and other sustainably focused customers. But why should we do this? This is because as citizens of the world, this is a global crisis. This not only affects the marine life, but also affects us, our human health. So it's just us in saving the oceans while creating a profitable green business. This Ocean Guard is not just a product, it's a mission. It's a mission to restore the marine health, to protect the biodiversity, and to encourage tech-driven sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you. We are now open to questions.
Hi.
Hello.
Great idea. It's nice to keep our oceans
you,
nice
sir.
and clean. So, have you got any estimate on what it's going to cost to build something like this?
So the hardware costs about 45 to 55,000, which means including testing, we get about 90,000 per
So,
drone.
including testing?
90,000.
90,000. And have you approached anybody with
No,
this
sir, we
idea?
are
Have you
working.
spoken to anybody?
No, sir, we are working.
And you only spoke about ocean cleanup, right? What about rivers and other ecosystems? Like, because there are, if you look at India, one of the things on your first graph, India was not even on that map, right? But we are a huge pollutant for, of plastic and trash and
Yes, sir.
from our chemicals and all of that. So apart from the coastal areas, there's a lot of rivers, like even Chennai, if you look at the Coam, it's so
Yes.
dirty, right? So maybe you could also look at the river ecosystem within
Sure,
India
sir.
because it needs a lot of cleanup and it could do a lot of good for the marine life there.
Yes, sir. I'll include, sir.
Okay. So I understood the solution of what you are proposing. For me to understand, according to you, what is the percentage of plastic materials that you see floating on the water, and what that goes below in depth to the ocean? Like, what is the percentage?
So most of the plastics float. Only microplastics go under the ocean. So we do remove the plastics that are floating on the ocean, and then we can work on microplastics.
Okay, got it. And in terms of, like, say, you mentioned about it's like AI powered solution, everything.
Yes.
So where your AI platforms is, because like whatever the images that I see is more about like a device that roams around,
Yes, sir.
tracks its location
drone.
and then clean it up and then dump it back, right? So where is this AI solution coming into the picture?
Like we will do it inside the drone, sir. Like AI will be fixed inside the drone, and then it will detect the plastics.
So for detecting the plastics, you wanted to use AI.
Yes, sir. So that it doesn't harm any of the marine life.
So just one more question. So when you spoke about each drone is going to pick up 50 to 100 kilos, right? And about 1 ton, 1.5 tons per month.
Yes, sir.
Where are you going to store all of this?
Sir, we'll sell it to the eco-friendly brands so that they will turn it into sustainable products.
Okay, so you probably have to factor in the cost of warehousing or storing of all this trash before it goes somewhere, because it's going to be very difficult to transport 50 kilos of trash every day to some place, right? So that will also kind of increase the cost there.
Okay.
And a follow-up question based on Shyam, sir. So you mentioned your cost is going to be somewhere around 90,000, right? I think
Yes.
you need to relook at that cost because like setting up a solar panel and a floating mechanism to store and incubate, or like they have to collect and store that amount of thing, right? I don't think you can match it with that cost. So you need to look at the actual cost of making that product.
Yes. Okay. But like it's effective, sir. Like one drone can collect 50 to 100 kg. That's a big amount. So it is effective for the money.
Yeah, I understood. Like what I'm saying is the cost of making the product, right? You mentioned somewhere around 45,000 plus with testing 90,000, right?
Yes,
So I'm
sir.
saying you need to relook at that cost on
Sure,
making
sir.
that product.
Sure, sir.
So add upon sir's mentioning the price amount, right? So I think there are several solutions available in the Western countries,
Yes.
right? I don't think so you mentioned on your presentation. That's fine, but for India, I don't see any other peoples are doing the same. That's a really wonderful idea that we need to have a marine system, right? And also, it is completely autonomous. So, as sir said, the cost will increase much more higher than what you think of, right? So, also per ocean, like a kind of per the beach or something like that you are mentioning. So, how many drones or how many the missions that you want to install? Like
Sir, at the
Let's say-
beginning we can do a first fleet of 50 drones. We can check it. We can check our progress, and then we can do it. We can work on
So how you come up with the 50? Like it is kind of a distance that you want to check.
it. Yes, sir. Each drone can collect can travel some 20 kilometers. So 50 drones can cover it.
So the drones will be already minded with the map of 20 kilometers around.
It
will not
contains
go beyond.
GPS, sir. Like it can move freely across the oceans.
Okay, but why 50? Like
That's like a first fleet we are doing, right? So
right. So you can look at the numbers, right? So
Yes,
if the drone is going around 20 kilometers, right? So there is no need of 50 drones that we need to do initially.
reduce it also.
Right? No. Just think of it, right? So you can do a correct math on those things, right?
Okay.
So that will help you to reduce the cost when you are pitching to some government agencies in future, right? So they will ask how many needs to be installed in a local area, the coastal area, right? So wherever the plastic goes segregated or settled down. So even you cannot see the plastics in the peoples are moving around, right? So the boats moving around, you won't see the plastics. It will be in the coastal's rear side. So you just need drones to collect in an immediate way. So 1 or 2 drones is more than enough, I feel.
Yes, sir.
So just check it out once with your
Sure,
team,
sir.
so you can come up with the numbers. So it will be helpful to you to be confident on your pitching to the actual customers when you are pitching to them.
Sure,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. Nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Questions from the audience, please? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Srinisha, excellent presentation.
Thank
I'm
you,
so
ma'am.
glad that somebody is speaking about microplastics.
Thank
The
you.
whole world focuses only on plastic pollution, how do we remove it, but then nobody really looks into microplastics very deeply, which is the major health concern globally. We do need solutions like this because we see a lot of WhatsApp messages and how it's being done across the world. I do remember Tamil Nadu government is actually looking at a technology from Netherlands. They call it as interceptors. So I really do not know whether this is different from an interceptor. That is also cleaning this thing. Government of Tamil Nadu, we do not have solutions in India. So from Netherlands, an NGO, they're going to use this for cleaning the oceans and the rivers. Microplastics is killing humans like anything because it's entering into via food and all that. So you need to come out with some kind of recommendation also from your product. Of course, there is a product, there is a prototype. Some kind of an incentives or subsidies as part of your business model, or some kind of taxes cess for polluters. Okay, that should also get into this. This is what, so there should be carrots as well as a stick approach also for all this. Pollution is a major problem. It's a wonderful solution. We do not have such technologies in the country. Maybe just take up some mentoring from IIT Madras, which is into a lot of sustainable technologies. Reach out to them, and this is why we need young innovators and young ideas. I'm so glad that you are able to pick up a key global problem statement.
Thank you.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, Srinisha. That was a wonderful presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Just to bring some more thoughts around this, I just want to understand what is your plan once you collect all the microplastics, how will you bring back that to the land, and where you will, how will you dispose it off further?
So after collecting the plastics, the drones will come back to the river banks, and then from there they will be transported to the eco-friendly brand so that they'll turn it into sustainable products.
Okay. So again, it will be recycled, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So did you factor those costs as well in your model to bring
No,
back?
sir, I didn't do
Yeah,
it.
you need to take care of that as well. That's all. All the best.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Students? One from the boys already.
What happens if there's a collision with another ship or other vessel?
They have AI power, they have GPS navigation, so that they will identify whether a ship or marine life is coming while traveling.
Yes, I saw a hand here.
Will your drone be able to detect if a boat is approaching so that it can get out of the way and it won't destroy the drone?
Yeah, that's why we are installing AI power so that it can detect what is near it, whether it's a boat or a ship or a marine life.
Thank you.
You had a great presentation.
Thank you.
Great efforts. I just had one question. With what material will you make that drone?
With that carbon fiber or other recycled marine plastics.
Thank you for all your questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Up next, Shreyas S. from Palikarni. I think the 11th and 12th graders here should pay attention to this. It's very, very relevant to you. You're clapping for what, Ma? He hasn't even begun. Exactly. Yes.
Okay. A warm namaste to one and all present here. My name is Shreyas and I'm from DA school. Now, a month ago, it was 1st, 2025, I sped through the vast green plains of South India to go and visit my grandma and grandparents in the south state of Tamil Nadu. I rushed through the green plateaus and plains and rice paddies of South India, and I went and spent some time with both my old friend Jacob and my Pati Tata, as I call them. Now, I was feeling bored, and so I flipped through and I skimmed the newspaper of the day that I presented, and I felt like I was reading a familiar title. It was called The Great Indian Paradox. It said, the more you learn, the less you earn. And the rest went blah, blah, blah. That's how we read newspapers nowadays, don't we? Okay, the latter part is that I actually had a very surprising vacation. One, because I managed to complete all my holiday homework on time and not in the last moment. And two, because I actually was able to spend some quality time with grandparents and my teachers and my old friend Jacob. Me and Jacob were talking about life, and turns out,
One second. It's breaking the voice. We'll fix your mic. Okay, as Shreyas takes up another mic. So internships is interesting. How many of us plan to take up internships? So many of you. You do realize internships don't pay, no? You realize that? The hands have all gone down. Principal ma'am not here, okay. Yes, so you see what we've done at Heal Talks. We've tried to bring to you different categories and different subject experts. We have the students who are covering 6 different categories under the umbrella of HEAL. How many of you have heard of HEAL, the word? Nobody. Okay, so HEAL is the vision of this very school, this lovely institution that you all study under, and we are ready to go. So I will continue on HEAL in the next gap. Yes, back to you.
Namaste. Namaste. So that's what Jacob was telling me. He was saying he sees his life as a straight line. He doesn't see any scope for him to live his dream life. He doesn't see any scope to live a passionate life or to do something that he's really passionate about. Especially when being in a rural environment, that's something that's really, really hard to do. Even though He has maintained top ranks amongst his peers in both college and school. He finds that a very, very tough situation to be in. Now, after I came back to Chennai, I met with another friend whose name was Shastri. His sister Shruti had returned from the US after pursuing her master's abroad. Now, Shruti was a very, very intelligent person with excellent academic acumen and dignity. Now, Shruti had a bureau full of Olympiad trophies and certificates that nobody could doubt her intelligence and pure acumen. And yet, even she remained jobless. Now, Shreyas, what do you mean by jobless? I don't mean that you're not able to find a job, but I mean that you're lacking certain experiences and certain skill sets that are very much necessary for today's world. And that's what I call the great Indian paradox. The more you learn, the less you earn. You see, graduates nowadays are very much indecisive on their career, and they lack the amount of opportunities and exposures as various other countries around the world. Now, what do we plan on doing that? It's not just the case of Jacob or Shruti that I'm talking about. It's the case of 30% of educated Indians all over the world. And if you see behind, the graph just keeps going up and up and up. This is not going to be good for the future of India. And this is what we are about to do about it. Now, it's good that when putting someone in their desired career path creates a certain clarity for them, and even giving them practical experience prior to them joining their job, that's a whole different thing. And that's what I'm going to talk about, internships. Internships bring about prior practical experience into a graduate's career and a graduate's academic life. Now, I am completely aware that I am participating and I'm competing with various other players in the field, such as Internshala, LinkedIn, and various other small IT companies that are taking this initiative recently. Now, what do we do different and how do we outplay them, right? Now, we provide a win-win strategy situation for both the graduate and the certain IT company or corporate organization. We provide the corporate organization with a potential employment for future situations, and the graduates with practical job experience, thereby opening a window for change in their lives. Now, every single business has a financial aspect as well as certain situations that we have to work out. Now, I have worked out two situations, urban and rural, that is very, very critical in today's world. Urban situations will have online as well as offline courses and internships available for all types of graduates. And rural settings will have purely offline courses determined to build direct communication with both companies and continuous interaction with the graduates. Talking about finances and funding, we are highly dependent on not only crowdfunding and fundraisers, but we are also dependent on our investors. Now, investors are really important to a business, but we also acquire a small commission from both the corporate organization and our customers who are our graduates. We are totally reliant on the amount of quality graduates that use our service, and we are highly dependent on the investors and the amount of funding that we get. This is a small summary of what I have explained to you, but I have not just explained some business idea or the other. I want everyone to accept the truth that this educated unemployment is a poison or a disease in the academic society of today's world. And I call for a change for that. A change that will elevate India out of the great Indian paradox. Thank you.
Questions from the jury, please. Jury looks content.
Hi Shreyas, nice idea. It is really important that people find work and get some experience before they get into the real world, and also useful for businesses, irrespective of what size they're at. But how will you kind of build your database of interns, and how will you qualify them, and how will you match them to a particular industry? Do you have a blueprint for that?
Yes, sir. So basically, people who graduate out of either college or high school, they will have their own interest area. Whether they're sure about it or not, we will put them towards their desired course, and using that course they can figure out whether that's actually meant for them. So using that data we will proceed, sir. So if they figure out what it's actually, whether it's actually meant for them, they are willing to continue that, and therefore they have found their career path for their life. If they haven't been satisfied with that certain course or career path, they will likely switch to a different path.
Yeah, hi Shreyas. Good presentation. So one question that I want to ask you is, say I didn't see your competitors, or say how are you going to, what is your say market opportunity? Are you going to focus only on say rural areas predominantly, or what is the approach that you're going to have for your global market, or say you're focusing going to be only on India, or who's your competitor and how are you going to make more money out of it?
Sir, actually if you see, the problem is mostly dependent on the Indian market, whereas the abroad markets, foreign markets have already found a solution for this. Therefore, there's more competition abroad. In the Indian market, only certain companies have identified this problem and have taken an initiative towards the solution. We intend by doing so with continuous interaction with the user and direct communication with the corporate communities by establishing a connection between the graduates and the corporate organizations, not only in rural areas but also urban areas, sir. We provide equal importance to both rural and urban areas, sir.
So basically you're going to onboard them, train them, do an internship and place them, or say how this roadmap ends?
Sir, we are not responsible for placements. We are just there to show them what career path is right for their life, because it's their choice, it's their life. Because if you aren't passionate about doing something, you won't do it for your life. You can't do it for the rest of your life. We're just here for them to identify their spark, sir.
So Shreyas, it's a big problem right now, right?
Yes, sir.
So people are not getting internship. That's a big problem. But here it is. The problem is not the peoples are educated and that they are not getting an internship, right? So the peoples are, everybody in India will be educated somehow, right? But they are not skilled enough to place in the companies, right? So that's the problem here. So the main problem that you mentioned is different from what the problem it is in the real market. Right, companies do look out the peoples who are skilled enough to get into their place, take the jobs are done, right? So for us, our company, the peoples are very skilled, right? So even they are in a first year, second year of their college, but they are in a very advanced way they are thinking of in a AI world, right? So main focus on peoples who are skilled, right? Then they are not getting an internship means that's a problem right now, right? Peoples are already skilled, but they are not even getting an internship because right now the alternative is coming with AI agents and other things, right? People are replicated the same, the everyday jobs, it's automated by the AIs. So you need to really look out what are the specific, the real ground problem that you are taking up. It's not the educated unemployment, it is unskilled unemployment.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
you can do look out it, so you can get more about.
Yes, sir. I have also mentioned the lack of exposure. That means many people aren't able to express their talent and express their desire for a certain career path. It's just I say I want to become a doctor and I know that, but I don't know how the life of a doctor really is. So sir, it's not only just the skill, the lack of skill, but also the lack of opportunity, sir. but I do humbly accept your feedback, sir.
Yeah, good. Nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Namaste.
Shreyas, do you really want to become a doctor?
Not really. I made that up.
Otherwise, we have someone who could explain what the life looks like. Well, she'll be speaking soon. Any questions from the audience? Yes, ma'am.
Shreyas, you picked up a global problem statement. This is not specific to India. Post-COVID, students are pushed into a corner. It's happening in US, where they call it as OPTs. It is happening in UK, it's happening in all markets, where students are struggling to get internships, which is part of their academic curriculum. Somebody who's working with an industry academia initiatives for many years, I just wanted to share my thoughts. In addition to internships, you also have to look at apprenticeship programs. Okay, this is the global format, even in India. Even the government of India has realized that internships are proving to be a challenge, and they rolled out a program last year. Take Tamil Nadu, we have government of Tamil Nadu's program also, Naam Mudalvan, through which they are pushing internships. So post-internship, apprenticeship is very, very critical. Maybe that is what you should look at before you offer an employment straight. So it starts with an internship, then it goes to an apprenticeship for 1 or 2 years, and then it becomes a full-time employment. That is the flow. A key target segment for you should be the placement cells of the colleges. I'll tell you where the challenge is. No corporate entity accepts students for internships directly unless the request comes through the college placement cell. They're not entertaining because they have their own challenges. So you're working with Internshala, LinkedIn, all that is fine, and then you're trying to address the graduates directly. But your real target segment is actually the placement cells of the colleges, where they are responsible for driving the internships, because the internship letter has to go from the placement cell. And corporates are not willing to look at direct internships because it's part of the curriculum. When you really rotate through that, and with so actually colleges recruitment cells are lost. They do not have stickiness with the corporates, but they have MOUs. So if you can actually address that space, you know, you will build a very good bridge between the corporates and the colleges. Through internship, it becomes an automatic apprenticeship for about a year or two, and then they get into an employment. That is where some kind of a skilling happens. The challenge is today, I refuse to agree that students are not skilled. They have the skills of the future. It is the industry, the corporates, industry corridors which are extremely outdated. If there is a global, if there is going to be a survey in the country or globally to evaluate the skills of the people who are working in the industries, you will know how outdated the skills are. So this is the challenge. Industry is not, they're still with the minimum standards, but academic institutions are churning out the future skills. There also lies the gap. I just wanted you to understand all this a little more, do your own survey, your market study, and then position yourself. The right target segment for you is the placement cells of all the colleges. That's what it is. Even governments, everybody are working with them actually. Look at it from that angle. I think you will have a very, very focused target base for that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your feedback.
Audience, students. Students from the balcony? No? I thought I see a hand going up. Okay. We'll have just one question and move on.
I really liked your presentation. Can you share your own experience in internships?
Yes, thank you for your question. I have not experienced a true internship, but as I mentioned in the story, I have been with a friend who has been through this hard cycle. I have been with him through this journey, and he shared me his strain. He shared me that the pain that he could not live his dream life. And I identified the problem that internships have to be brought in over here. Though directly I have not been in an internship before.
Okay, thank you, Shreyas.
Thank you, ma'am.
Our next presenter.
So, Namaste. My name is Arihant and I am from DAV Palikarne.
I want to kick off this presentation with a question. So, we all came here in a vehicle, a car, bike, scooter, and I'm sure we all experience traffic. Okay? So, how many vehicles do you think are currently on our roads today? Well, the answer is staggering. Close to 2 billion. That's right, 2 billion vehicles are currently in use today. The majority of these rely on fossil fuels. However, as we face escalating issues such as environmental degradation, finite resources, and increasing prices, fossil fuels are proving to be an unsustainable choice for the future. So, this is where my vision comes in. Algae biofuel. Algae biofuel is not just an idea, it's a groundbreaking solution explored by leading scientists today. So, sourced from lipids present in algae, this eco-friendly alternative stands out for its sustainability and performance. So, how exactly is it made? Algae is made with 4 simple yet necessary steps. First, cultivation, harvesting, extraction of lipids, and refining of biofuel. Now, during refining of biofuel, we have many different processes which give different outcomes. For example, transesterification of biofuels produces biodiesel, and distillation and fermentation produces bioethanol. So, my primary clientele will be government bodies, automotive industries, oil and gas companies, eco-conscious consumers, aviation and electricity producers. So we provide carbon neutral fuel derived from algae, a renewable resource that does not compete with food crops or water. It not only reduces emissions, it also has a high energy output. It also has better performance and mileage than regular diesel, making it perfect for heavy duty and commercial applications. So, channels. We connect to our customers through strategic alliances with fuel distributors, government tenders, sustainability campaigns, and educational and social media. These play a crucial role in shaping public perception about our product. We also forge collaboration with universities, biotech firms, government agencies, and logistic companies. These give continuous technical support and help us scale rapidly and foster innovation. Key metrics. So it costs exactly around 50 rupees to make a gallon, to make 1 liter. So there are exactly approximately 3.5 liters in 1 gallon, and you can cultivate up to 10,000 gallons of biofuel per acre in algae. Conversion efficiency, EROI, water efficiency, carbon reduction, and customer acquisition are key metrics which our company really needs. So no company is better if it does not make a profit. So my primary income will be through direct sale to fuel industries and distributaries. Our alternative forms include government subsidiaries and sale of byproducts. So byproducts have a huge market in pharmaceutical and cosmetic companies, making it also an alternative form of revenue. The fourth one is a really unique form of revenue. It's known as carbon credits. So carbon credits are essentially permits that allow a user to emit 1 ton of greenhouse gases or carbon dioxide. So each company buys carbon credits to legally emit more greenhouse gases. Since my company produces carbon neutral fuel, that is, has a net zero carbon emission rate, the amount of carbon credits allotted to us can be sold on a cap and trade program or the carbon market for an alternative form of revenue. Key resources. I plan to manage everything from algae cultivation all the way to logistics. So algae cultivation technologies, land and infrastructure, scientific expertise, and financial investments are important resources needed for this company. So the current market is $12.31 billion in the algae biofuel industry. It's expected to grow at a 5% CAGR due to the rapidly depleting resources of fossil fuels. So this produces a huge market and has very little competitors, which provides us an opportunity to make a substantial impact on the market. So my company mainly has expenses in cultivation, infrastructure and operations. We also make substantial investments in R&D if possible. So in conclusion, algae biofuel is not just green, it's gold. It shows us our unwavering commitment to decarbonization and has a purpose to maintain the ecological integrity of our planet. So algae biofuel is not just a product, it's a powerhouse of bioenergy and a beacon for a cleaner and more resilient future. Thank you.
Over to the jury.
Hi, Arihant. Good solution. For me to understand further better your solution, can you give me a background on, like, say, what are you going to do with this automobiles? Like, say, do we have engines ready, or do we have automobiles ready to use your fuel?
Sir, biodiesel has a very similar chemical composition to actual diesel, which means that it can be used in diesel engines and agricultural machinery, which already have a huge market, $71 billion around the world. As for petroleum engines, a major part of petrol is ethanol. So bioethanol can be made through fermentation and distillation of the fuel.
So you're saying that within the same existing automobiles, we can use this biofuel?
We can use this.
Good. Okay. And do we have solutions for like the pollutions that are created in the factories, right? So they use a lot of fuel there. Like, do you have industry solutions to use biofuels?
Sir, we're actually not releasing any new carbon emissions. So algae use a lot of carbon from the atmosphere to produce the fuel. So what we're essentially doing is we're taking the carbon from the atmosphere and giving it back, creating a balance. So if you look at it as actually we're not releasing any carbon at all. It's basically the same carbon that was already there in the atmosphere.
Okay. So based on your approach, now why is not being widely used? Like, what is the limitation of why biofuels are not available now?
Sir, because not many people have awareness, and it's literally a new concept now. So it's only recently being explored, since the need for it has come only now. The reserves are depleting has been a new problem that has been stated only since 2010, when the automobiles and the amount of vehicles on the road increased substantially.
Okay, Riyat.
Thank you, sir.
Arihant, for all your funding needs into research and development, manufacturing, have you looked at the biomanufacturing policy in India, which was introduced about 2 years ago, Bio E3 policy from Department of Biotechnology, which is giving all this R&D grants, subsidies, and even funding for manufacturing for innovators. So that is where you should be knocking at the door. A lot of investments from the government, especially huge budgets are being allocated for Bio E3. India's next focus is actually on biotechnology and biomanufacturing, which is going to be happening in a big way from the country. So this fits directly into that. So go knock at the door. Lot of innovations calls are happening, and see where you can fit into it. Markets will have solutions like this. I love that slide where you beautifully captured the carbon credits. So you have really done your homework on that. There is a market. So take it to the logical way, and then you'll earn your credits also for that. It's a wonderful solution. So look at Department of Biotechnology.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. One more question from the jury.
So basically a good solution, like a very much needed solution. At the same time, do you think the infrastructure is ready for this?
Sir,
See, the manufacturing infrastructure, as ma'am said right now, right? So ma'am suggested it is a developing the area, right? Not even the manufacturing units also not developed completely, because the process of making this biofuels is still in the research stage. The scientists, the PhD holders are still now looking at to the area how we can make the efficiency as equal to the what are the fossil fuels available right now, right? So if you can pursue your career in this domain, you have a great you can say the way ahead, right? So you can join, as ma'am suggested, the government also spending so much money on grants and scholarships.
Can I request the balcony to please maintain silence? Thank you.
Like scholarships to this kind of solutions, so you can look at it and you can go deep dive into it, so you can have a process of making more efficient solution when compared to other biofuels, at the same time other fossil fuels.
Okay.
Super presentation. Okay.
So, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Quickly at the audience. Any questions from the audience? Yes, sir. Can we have a mic here, please?
My question is that in the future more electric vehicles is going to be used. So what is the need for your biofuel?
So even if we look at electricity, it still needs fossil fuels to produce it, right? So companies mainly use coal and petroleum to produce the electricity itself. So instead of that, we can just use this. And also the battery capacity use, which is used for storing electricity, is not exactly environmentally friendly. It's equivalent to the amount of carbon emissions released by vehicles in around 20 years. So even if it does not release the emissions directly, it has an indirect way of releasing the carbon onto the atmosphere.
Hi, nice presentation. So there's this Gillette story, right? I don't know if it's true or not, but the guy who, the owner of Gillette, right? The blade was his product, but people were not buying it. So he gave away the holders for free. So then people started using it, and then he started selling the blades, right? So now you have a big breakthrough product, I would say. But like one of the jury members also mentioned, like where are we going to use it? Like, can we put it in my existing car, or is there anything we can? You said it is very similar to the diesel engines. I mean,
yeah, we can
the same can use. If you can have, I mean, if you can next work on any simple working prototype. I mean, anything. It could be anything. It could be an engine. It could be a lighter. It could be anything. You can just show that here is a existing product. Here is my alternative, and show that it works. Then there will be a very big change in how people will look at your product as a practical alternative, right? Because sounds like a very, very important solution, right? If it works, then it will be really great.
I'll try to do that in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, we'll move on to our next speaker, Pranavi S., also from DAV Palikarni.
And all present here. My name is Pranavi and I am the founder of EcoLoop. I am coming from DAV Palikarnai, and today I am here to introduce you all to EcoLoop, India's first ever hyper-local cardboard resale marketplace. So let us have a quick reality check. Currently there is no easy resale channel, so boxes go straight to trash. And yes, there is OLX, Kabadiwalas, scrap dealers, but they are unreliable and very chaotic. And zero incentive means even eco-conscious users do not do recycling or reuse because they think that this is going an extra mile. Now let us look at our customer segments and existing alternatives before we jump into the solution. So we have three primary customers. We have the large organizations, startups, and partnerships with ESG companies, and our secondary audience includes urban families and small businesses, vendors, retailers, and so many more. Everyone uses cardboard. We are just connecting the dots. And yes, there is existing alternatives like OLX, Kabadiwalas, and scrap dealers. Scrap dealers are very untimely and they ghost us sometimes. And OLX, well, they are just a listing platform and they don't do the logistics. And we also have Kabadiwalas who give us very rock bottom rates and they are not transparent at all. Now this is where EcoLoop steps in. We are a hyper-local platform that connects sellers and buyers. Sorry about that. Anyways, our solution is that we are a hyper-local platform that connects the sellers and buyers of used cardboard. And let's have a quick brief introduction about how it works. So a seller posts that they want to sell cardboard and another person, a buyer, posts that they want to buy cardboard, say for shifting their houses. Now we connect these two people based on their location. So that the distance is reduced, thereby we are reducing the carbon footprint emitted. Now we manage the pickup and delivery and earn a small commission on each successful transaction. Now of course our service is also present in the rural areas where we use voice-based IVR system and SMS options. And here's why we stand out. So we have hassle-free cardboard resale, meaning we have a commission-based model that has zero inventory. So we are reducing the cost and making this process smooth and efficient for everyone that's involved. And our hyper-local focus builds credibility and trust among the people, since we're starting locally first and then expanding. And of course, this is helping the environment. And we have so many features like smart alerts and Eco Express, gamification of the entire process, which attracts the customers, which no other company is doing. Here's how we connect to the users. So we connect the users from where they're already present, like WhatsApp, B2B tie-ups, and direct calls through their apartment communities, school awareness programs like this one, and of course through direct mouth referrals. And we have a very catchy tagline which says that if we don't do the pickup and delivery by 24 hours, the cardboard is all free. Here's how we measure our success. So we measure our success through the number of deals we close per week, the minimum and maximum time required for the pickup and delivery, and the number of repetitive users we have, and our competitive advantage, how we eliminate or we are different from our competitors, is that we have zero inventory while they do have inventory, and is that we are hyper local. So again, I said credibility and a lot of trust with the customers. And partnerships with ESG companies. Have you ever heard OLX, Kabadiwalas or scrap dealers partnering with ESG companies? Well, EcoLoop is the first one to do that. And here's our cost structure and revenue model. Our main costs include logistic fees and marketing fees and technological fees. And our revenue for the individual people, let us look at the Tamil Nadu market. So every year, 10 crore kilograms of cardboards are being wasted. That is only in Tamil Nadu. And if we capture 1% of that, 1% is very, very minimum for a startup. So when we capture 1%, we'll be looking at 10 lakh kilograms of cardboard. And then in that 10 lakh, if we have a 3 rupees commission, again 3 rupees is very small, right? We'll be looking at 30 lakhs in profit, and this is only in Tamil Nadu. And of course, we have the ESG companies, and we get revenue from them, but we can't have a quite right number on it just yet. And we are also not disrupted by the 6 Ds, and our service is extremely aligned to the SDG goals given by United Nations. Here's our features. We have so many features ranging from EcoLoop Express, smart alerts which tell the users the number of people that are selling their cardboard or buying cardboards in their hyperlocal area. We also have Eco Coins which gamifies the process. We have verified cardboard and hygienic cardboard. So we really care about the quality and the peace of mind of our customers. And we have a predictive demand AI too, which tells the sellers in which day of the week and which time of the day buyers are more active, so they get extra amount through that. Here's our market crushing strategy. We use a reverse acquisition funnel where we onboard sellers before we actually have buyers. So by doing this, we have supply before the competitors even get to know who the sellers is. And we store all these cardboards in invisible inventory, which means the sellers store it in their own locations. And we also have ESG as a service. Our goal is to make the ESG companies addicted to our ESG dashboard. We will give them the ESG dashboard for free and charge them for bulk prices, and they won't leave our service because they need this for the compliance. And we are not just a pickup service, we are the ultimate ESG compliance weapon, and we have an invisible gamification loop, which means our rewards, our leaderboards and our eco coins, they matter to the consumers because okay, maybe people won't care about the money they make through this, but they will definitely care about the social status. So they will get addicted and attracted towards our service. And we also have the lowest friction platform ever, which means if you don't have an app, you could use WhatsApp. If you don't have WhatsApp, well, no worries. We could cover you through SMS. And if you don't have any of the three, well, we have direct calls. And here's our vision, how we plan to scale in the next 5 years, expand across South India and be there in every hyperlocal network and make every network and local community eco-friendly, and also onboard many other recyclable and reusable substances like e-waste, e-waste, textiles, furnitures, and so many more. But our ultimate goal is to make cardboard resale, or basically resale of any other materials, as simple, as trusted, and as friendly as food delivery apps are. So I just want to show my prototype real quick. So yes, this is how the login page would look like. You would enter your details. It will ask you if you want to buy or if you want to sell. And let's say I'm buying. I'll enter my location so that it stays hyperlocal. That way we're reducing the carbon footprints and the quantity. And in this place there would be an AI search engine to generate the nearest person selling cardboard. And yep, we found match, and now we'll buy the cardboard. We also have leaderboard, leadership, and a profile. So join us in turning waste into millions. Thank you.
Hi, Pranavi. Interesting concept. Really nice to see how we can make better use of our waste. But you put out some numbers on Tamil Nadu in terms of how many kilos there are that is generated, right? So how much does an average household contribute to you for your sellers?
Guys in the balcony,
okay.
please.
So we conducted a pilot among my relatives. So there we found out that urban families were doing so much online shopping because we all are stuck in our homes doing our IT works. We can't go out and buy. So we're getting a lot of packaging through e-commerce, and obviously e-commerce contains packaging materials and cardboards. So let's say a person working in an IT household where they don't have time to go out and actually buy the materials, they'd be using a lot of e-commerce services. So on an average, in my houses and my family and friends' houses, they'd be generating around 5 to 10 boxes per week. So we'd be making around 10 to 30 rupees of commission in the starting stage. And if we get even 10 boxes per house, that'll make, I think, a lot of profit.
Boxes, like what is the weight in terms of, because you'll sell it in kilograms, right?
Yeah, the person who's going to collect the boxes, they'll measure it in kilograms.
So how many houses will you have to visit to reach a number of 1% of total?
So if you want to make, make out the profit, we'll go around to 200 boxes. I'm not speaking in terms of kilograms, only boxes. So it depends on the house, right? Like how many people are generating how many boxes. So I think in apartments it would be more than local communities.
So have you worked out your costs of, if I have to pick up 20 boxes from one neighborhood or one area, you're going to send a vehicle, and how much is it going to cost versus how much you generate from those 20 boxes in terms of revenue?
Yeah, so since we're focusing hyper locally, which means there'll be a lot of people in that area and we'll only have to go once a week or 24 hours, and at that time a lot of people will have it, so we're bringing it in one go, and for each transaction 20 to 50 rupees of investment is needed. Like we have to spend 20 to 50 rupees, and the profit would obviously be higher than this. So 20 to 50 is the amount of money that we'll be spending for each transaction. Yep.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So Pranavi, this is a kind of immediate business idea, I would say, right? So it's not kind of a research project or something. If you make something out of it, a product or something, right, it will go away in just like that. The peoples will immediately start selling their, it's a kind of a immediate business idea. When you are presented, I felt like the same, right? There are so many players, as you mentioned, that are doing some scrap business or something, but if you, as you mentioned in your presentation, it is making a friction-free, the connection between the customers and the business, so it will make kind of a money immediately, right, apart from your grade. So you can start working with some of your seniors, some of your peoples who are around your family's friends, so it immediately work out. It will have a potential, I would say. So congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hi Pranvi, very good idea and like a good presentation of how you have been focused more on customer centric. The way that you projected on more on like say one uniqueness I saw is more customer oriented, where you see demand and working it out. One question for me to understand your solution better, you've been focusing more on retail segment, like say why you didn't focus, or like say you didn't talk about industries or manufacturing segments who disposes kgs and kgs of like say card boxes every day in day out. So what is your solution to do that?
Yes, sir. We are partnering with ESG companies. So one example is Nestle. They have one eco-friendly goal that they have to meet by a certain date. So they are in industry, they are a food packaging industry, right? So we could partner with them. That's what we are partnering with ESG companies, and we are providing them data saying that you've generated this much amount of cardboards and we've recycled this. So thereby your carbon footprint has gone down by X amount. So when the government asks them for an audit, they could easily provide this, and there won't be any scandal because this is very transparent and anyone could come and audit us and we will still have the same data because we've actually done the work. So ESG companies is the industry that we are partnering with, like you asked.
No, so you're talking about more like a structured corporates or like say production environment, okay? I'm talking about somewhere like if you take Ambattur real estate or like say Perungudi industrial area, it's not much structured and they don't need to comply for carbon credits or something, but they keep disposing cardbox every day in day out. So why focus more on retail collecting, go home by home and collecting like say 2 kgs or 10 kgs it, but in one industry you can collect 100 kgs of boxes. Why you're not focusing that?
Sir, I was not aware of it, but it's a very good idea and I think it would be a really positive thing to add that in our service. So I guess now we have 4 primary customers, the industries that you've mentioned, ESGs and large organizations and startups.
Excellent.
Yes, sir.
I request the audience to please calm down.
Excellent waste management solution. As the previous jury was asking, so you have a mix of B2B and B2C customers,
yes.
Okay? ESG is the responsibility of every business. That's what Government of India says. They started with large enterprises, which are listed companies. So there's nothing like an ESG companies because ESG is a business responsibility. There are close to about 2 million companies in India which are registered with Ministry of Corporate Affairs, okay, corporate entities. There are many other businesses which are outside it. So every business has to comply with environmental commitment, compliance. So this is applicable, whether it is like he was mentioning. Mandate is given for the top 1,000 listed companies, but they have to ensure that their supply chain partners, their value chain partners, which are your small and micro businesses, also have to comply with this. So there's a bigger market lies there. But the real problem is with the B2C. I live in an apartment, I see the dump on a daily basis, cardboards being dumped, right? No solution. So it has to start from home, from schools, from children. The students are more environmental sensitive than even us as parents. So you need to focus on that. That's going to be your biggest market size.
Yes, ma'am.
Corporates on the other side, yes, that is also there. So technically every business in the country is your customer.
Yep.
That's how it is. There's a lot many players in this space also, but everybody is again focusing on the B2B space. B2C, that community level, nobody is focusing. That is where your maximum supply comes from. So that is actually should be your TAM SAM. That is actually your SAM. That is what you should be looking at it.
Yes, ma'am.
So I just wanted that focus to bring, because you have two segments which you have to address.
Okay, ma'am. I'll make a note of it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Audience, one question.
Yeah, so like how do you customize the size of the box you order?
Yeah. So the buyer, they would mention, in my prototype it's very basic so I have not mentioned it, but the buyer would specify the size of cardboard, the kilograms of cardboard, like the quality, the color, everything. We'd have drop down boxes for that, and when you select your option, the AI search engine would automatically connect you to the seller that's selling that type of cardboard. So that's how you can customize your wish of cardboards. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Pranavi.
Thank you.
We will take a 5-minute break from the presentations. The HEAL Idea Address. Every year, we will bring to you one expert speaker on any one of the categories under HEAL. I request the audience to please calm down. There's a lot of movement in the back rows. Thank you. The HEAL Idea Address for this year is being presented by Dr. Preeti. Ma'am is a dedicated volunteer leading DAV Prashasti, a free medical guidance initiative of the DAV Group, Chennai. As a dentist and researcher with expertise in regenerative medicine, she is well suited to guide this initiative. I request ma'am to throw more light on what DAV Prashasti does.
Thank you, ma'am. Namaste, everyone. So here I am. I represent the Prashasti, and I begin with a heartfelt word of appreciation for the DAV management for giving this platform to the students, and to the students, kudos for all your ideas are worth doing. And I am going to speak on one such idea, which was the brainchild of Sri Vikas Arya, the secretary of DAV Group, which was incubated by the DAV management and the Arya Samaj Foundation. So that's where I am, the Prashasti. So where do we fall? We fall in the H, health and wellness of the HEAL vision of the DAV Group. So before I go further, I'm throwing a question to the audience. From our ancient scriptures in Bharat, I want you to come with a classic example. So Prashasti means guidance in Sanskrit, okay? I want you all to tell that classic example where in the time of extreme distress, one guidance from a friend and a philosopher gave the game-changing platform for the person who took the idea. It's from Bharat. You can call it counseling, you can call it guidance. Anyone from the audience? Yes? Arogya Setu, okay, no. Little more, bigger, it may not be health, it's counseling, it's psychological counseling if you want to put it that way. Anybody from the students? Yeah, somebody's raising, please. Yes. Yes, give a round of applause to her. It is Mahabharat, when Bhagavad Gita, okay. Lord Krishna, the great yogi Krishna, was able to tell Arjuna why he must take a stand, and he guided him to take a decision. So where am I coming? In times of medical distress, we are all in the position of Arjuna, right? We don't know where to go, what to do, how much will be spent, which hospital will give the affordable treatment, where the treatment will be available, and in case of rural areas, we will not even know where in the world should we go to get the treatment. They will be clueless. And that is where this idea was born. It was born during the times of COVID-19, where Shri Vikas Arya, Shri Rajiv sir, and our volunteer team comprising of alumni, myself, Dr. Kripa and Mrs. Nagalakshmi, a few volunteers from the alumni took the help of doctors from our alumni and parent database, and we formed a small WhatsApp group wherein when people are quarantined in COVID-19, we were able to help them navigate COVID-19 by helping them with doctor consultations online and giving them the emotional support, which was the major help for them to recover. And we helped in getting them beds, where the beds are available. We navigated through government databases, private databases, volunteer communities, and we organized talks for them how to keep them healthy in a holistic manner, because it was during COVID-19 that the world started appreciating the Ayush treatments that will help along with allopathy. So during COVID-19, this idea was incubated, and then it became a full-fledged initiative in 2022, where we have a big team working behind me. And then in between 23 to 25, we have 3 centers now in Chennai, Kolkata and Rajasthan, serving as nodal centers for India. And now this year, we have moved to Mauritius. So we are giving collaborations to Mauritius in terms of medical guidance. So we have 3 wings. Medical guidance, where we provide health services and medical related services guidance. Then we have mind care, we have psychological counseling, and then psychotherapy, and importantly the naturopathy and yoga, we have restorative therapy, lifestyle counseling and holistic yoga sessions. So in medical guidance, what we follow is a holistic approach. Whenever we get a query, so where do we get the query? We get our queries in our helplines in Chennai, Rajasthan and Kolkata. We then pass on the query to our WhatsApp team, where we have doctors. We reach out to the specific doctor or the specialty. Then we break down the reports to the patient. We explain them, this is what you have, this is what should be done, this is where you can go. And then we also arrange for second opinions. We arrange for home nurses, caregivers, we arrange for blood donors, and there are a lot of requests for fundraising, which we pass on to our channels. So all of these guidance, the emotional support especially, and we follow a holistic approach. We will not give allopathy advice alone. Whenever a patient comes, we will approach them through 3 ways. 1, allopathy. 2, the mind care counseling, because the patient and the family will be distressed even if it's going to be a small fever. Okay, so then we also help them navigate through the time, and then we also offer naturopathy, Ayurvedic, homeopathy and Siddha consultations, all put in a holistic way for the patient. Then we have mind care. What is our aim? To make psychological counseling accessible and affordable to all. You all know that a psychology session anywhere would cost between 500 to 1000 per session. But the DAV Group's Prashasti initiative offers this free for students up to college, both DAV and non-DAV. We have a team of counselors, and then people who cannot afford, women who do not go to work or men who do not go to work, who are navigating through difficult times, the sessions are free. In case they wish to pay, they make a donation of ₹300 per session to the Arya Samaj Foundation. So we do counseling for students in our DAV branches, teachers, parents and the public. Then our yoga and naturopathy, we have yoga sessions ongoing, offline and online. There are clients even from abroad, and it's only 200 rupees for the entire month. We cannot give it even more affordable. Why even that 200? Because otherwise people don't turn up. If they pay the 200, they at least attend one session and they get to know about the yoga, frankly speaking. So that's where we are. So we have asanas, pranayama and meditation. It's a very planned program, and we have customized diet plans, yoga therapy, acupressure, acupuncture, all provided free of cost. Okay, so we have all this under Yoga and Naturopathy initiative. So last year alone, we have helped 1,082 families, actually 1,082 families with medical guidance. And then the new branch was open. We conduct every month webinars, free webinars, workshops, blood donation camps, World Cancer Day awareness. We arrange visits to hospitals for our NEET integrated students. Then we created awareness for adolescent girls in Rajasthan. I feel it's a very close to my heart initiative, wherein in rural parts of Rajasthan, we were able to provide guidance to adolescent girls from here. So that's the power of technology. And then in Mind Care, we did some 1,000 sessions, and then 660 classroom sessions and 26 workshops across our DAV branches and outside. And then we organize 2 Mind Carnivals. We conduct every month free webinar on psychological guidance. We conduct all this gratitude circle for World Mental Health Day. And we offered a 6-month psychological first aid program, wherein we make teachers as the first counselors to the students. So this was rolled out for our associate schools. And so these are all, and we offer also counseling to Rajasthan and Kolkata. And in yoga, we created the world record for the DAV group, wherein the highest number of participants of yoga at best. So this is all about us, where we started as a small idea and we are here. But why am I saying all this to you? Because next year, I want you to take up these challenges and come up with ideas that will be worth doing. The first challenge is, we don't have centralized health records. The government is trying through the ABHA, that is ABHA initiative, Ayushman Bharat Health Card, but it's not yet centralized, because MRI scans, all these scans take up a different platform for records. The health records take a different platform in EMR. So I want you all to come up with an idea where you can actually centralize health records in an accessible way, both for the hospitals and for the public. Then, there is no blood donor centralized registry. We are finding it with great difficulty, the donors, every time we get a blood request. So find a way to create a centralized blood donor registry. And then, how do we create a real-time geotagged volunteer data registry? Then how do we integrate mental health data? It's always ignored. Mental health data is never revealed, but we will not go anywhere unless it is revealed. Okay? How can we integrate mind care and therapy data? And do you really have AI-powered preventive health alerts? We do have these, watches. We do have our cell phones. But actually, are we all using it? The answer is no. So really, how do we create AI-powered preventive health alerts? The next, telemedicine and remote access, still in the infancy in India. And gamification of mindness and wellness. This is what I want you all to come up. There are some games, there are apps, but nothing has reached the level where we expect it to be. So please do it. And then for yoga also, please gamify yoga. And then smart devices and wearables integrations, how do we integrate it to the centralized health record? Then emergency response systems, SOS, wherein linking hospitals, ambulances and family, it's not there in the world. And then personalized health and wellness plans and digital inclusion and health literacy. So this is where we are, and I'm throwing all these ideas to you young students. Come up with innovative ideas. Thank you and namaste.
So much intensity under such simple demeanor. Thank you so much, ma'am. A distinguished alumnus of the DAV institution who has returned to give back to her alma mater. Your contributions have truly been valuable, ma'am. Thank you so much. Moving on to the last 2 presentations. Upcoming team of students. Yes, this is a team. Abhishek from Boys Gopalpuram. Come on, boys. A round of applause. Kabilan and Naren Singh. Kabilan and Naren Singh are from Maharishi Vidya Mandir. They are from our associate school.
So, namaste to all present here, to the respected jury and to the audience. We are young students here to share and vision that goes beyond the profit. So I am J.S. Abhishek Barasara, the founder of the company. With me, my teammates Kabilan and Naren, the co-founder. So here we proudly present HIVE, that is Healthy Interlinked Value-Added and Enterprises. So let me walk into the presentation. So what's about our company? Our company is that It connects farmers with the families directly to a zero waste ecosystem where we are combining traditional organic farming with the combining traditional organic farming with the modern technology like AI, IoT, and blockchain for precision farming, and we also ensure that farmers get a fair price and also build dignity for our farmers.
Problems. Most Indian soils and farmers are in the crisis. 41% of Indian soil degraded because of excess of chemicals. Food often has pesticide residues, which leads to cancer rate. Meanwhile, the farmers earns only small amount, while the organic stores sell it at a high profit. Since organic foods are 40 to 60% higher than the regular foods, poor people and normal families can't be able to afford it. Too many middlemen are inefficient in supply chain, and they trap farmers in debt. Hale solves this with a new idea: circular zero waste farming. Let me explain to you what is circular zero waste farming. Cow dung become compost, and goat waste feeds for fishes, and fish water nourish plants, and the plant feed for animals again. We lease or contract-based farmers. We train farmers and pay them fairly, and we share profit among ourselves. After the harvest, Hive handle testing, certification, and packaging, storage, delivery. We sell through our own store, either online or offline, local marketing, restaurant, and trustable delivery app like Zomato or Blinkit.
Customer segments. Family in rural, urban and semi-urban covering up to tier 1 and tier 2 cities, people also able to buy. And income level, poor, middle class, upper middle class, rich also been affordable for buying the products. And the contract based, the business to business model tie up with restaurants, organic stores and supermarkets. Existing alternatives, there are many organic stores in India like Organic Tattva, 24 Mantra, Organic India. They takes long supply chain, takes high profit but gives farmers that are less profit. So, and it has the limited transparency for peoples who buys. They can't taste where the food is coming from.
What makes Hale special in a complete ecosystem? We connect farmers directly to families through short supply chain, no unnecessary middlemen. Farmers are true partners, not just suppliers. We restore soil health from zero waste, and we keep price affordable for everyone. With smart trick and transparency, customer trust every single bites.
So, to reach customers, we not only use apps, we also use our own stores like online and offline. We also use local farm markets and weekly ads to sell. And we also tie with the restaurants delivery app like Zomato, Blinkit and Swiggy. We also use subscription model like to supply every freshly vegetables to the household peoples, and to the rural areas where smartphones can't afford, we can use a simple trick but practical. We use offline sign-ups, local stores order or phone orders through button phone, etc.
Key metrics. We trace the growth rate of our company from number of farmers partners with, number of families subscribing, and revenue from the company, business to consumer and business to business, and how much acres of soil restored, how we reduce the reduction in carbon footprints per kilogram we produce.
So our competitive advantage is simple but practical. Short supply chain makes unnecessary middlemen remove, and we use zero waste farming. That is, no waste is being wasted in the farming, and we attract young farmers by giving profit in our company and use smart techs like AI, IoT and blockchain for better yield and supply. We also build a community like use and mine, and not just a brand to build.
Cost and revenue. The cost for farming is the post-harvest storage, delivery, salaries, marketing, certification and etc. The revenue we make from direct sale, bulk sale, agri-tourism and farm workshop. We need 75 lakhs to set up the infrastructure that can be break down even in 3 to 4 years, net margin 25 to 35% per scale. This is the pick of our lean canvas model.
So, in conclusion, Hive is more than a startup. It is a mission for a healthier future and to promote sustainability, zero waste agriculture. By combining traditional organic farming with the modern technology, we build a cleaner food ecosystem. Together, we grow cleaner, healthier, and better future at one harvest at a time. Thank you.
Hey guys, very good presentation. You were able to crack down each area as what I see, your competitors, your initial investment, how are you going to make the returns of it, it's excellent. One major problem, as you said, like say now there are a lot of competitors in this organic segment, but where as an end user, okay, how do I rely on that is an actual organic product, okay?
Sir?
How are you going to address the problem where as an end user I understand whether, like I try to buy from you, but I wanted to really know whether it is an organic product or not. That's where most of the problems your competitors are facing. Tatva or like say 24, they say it's organic, but they can't show any evidence that it's actually organic. Yeah. So how are you going to bring that from the farmers to the end users? How are you going to solve that problem?
Sir, through blockchain methods, sir. Like we are also like through apps we have been like adding all the steps through an app, a blockchain, so that if we scan our code, we can be so that where it come from, where it has been harvested, where it has been delivered, which time it has been harvested, like that every detail has been shown, sir.
Okay, excellent. So my question was like, say, maybe I'll narrow it down. You're going to rely on the farmers to cultivate the product for
yes,
you,
sir.
right? So how do you ensure your farmers are making it organic and they don't use any pesticides? So how are you going to ensure that?
We supervise the farmers so that we ensure that they have been getting only organic food, sir. We have been like, the workers have been from our sides to ensure that farmers are using only the organic farmers, and we also do our own farming, sir.
One last question from my end is, you mentioned about your customer segments being retail and
yes,
restaurants, and you're going to deliver it. So why you are not focusing actual vegetable stores where people go and buy directly? Because you don't need to set up any offline stores or any online stores. You don't need to do that because already people nearby are used to tend to go to their nearby vegetable stores to buy it. So why you don't source them, and why you have to build a separate channel for that?
So we also planning to tie up with that, like that stores to be more further influencing, sir.
Excellent.
Very nice presentation.
Thank you.
Too many players in this space actually. So when you are saying you're connecting farmers with buyers,
yes, ma'am.
Who are going to be your buyers? There is a B2C, B2B is what he said.
Yes, ma'am.
So have you studied about the farmer producers organizations, FPOs, which are it's a buying platform representing buyers. So FPOs is what you need to study. Okay. What are those? What are their business models? Then there is something called FPC, which is a farmer producer companies. These are all initiated by the government of India to ensure to protect the farming community because they are the producers, whether it's organic or inorganic, whichever is the product. So you need to onboard them also into your platform. On one side, they are your B2B connects.
Yes, ma'am.
They come with it's a ready-made platform. Similarly, anything to do with agriculture, the apex organization in the country is NABARD.
Yes.
So NABARD has also set up a portal connecting all farmer producer organizations in the country.
Okay.
And NABARD has created AgriSure Fund to fund all your innovations. You are an e-market player, right, in the market space. Similarly, we have ONDC, which is a digital commerce company initiated again by Ministry of Commerce. They are onboarding all the farmer producer companies into the portal. Those are the models you have to study because you are competing with all of them.
Okay, ma'am.
You need to understand because you have both the segments, B2B and B2C. For B2C to attract, to create that kind of a brand recall like an Amazon and all that, it's going to take company. So B2B is also a good platform for you. So study for all those things because from NABARD you have a lot of opportunities that are created by all those sustainable innovations. So FPOs is a model which you have to study. You will understand a little more about this. There is a need, but there are very strong players operating in this segment. So you need to really figure out what is your very strong USP in this, right? Look at NABARD, you'll get a lot of ideas, right? Thank you,
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll move on to our final speaker. Thank you, team. Our final speaker for this morning, Gemini. She is an alumnus from Girls Gopalpuram.
Namaste. Let us all take a moment and imagine a world where clean energy and water is not present. It's difficult, right? Really bad. Well, for over 600 million people in India, that's their daily reality. We can see that from that, these people don't have clean energy, water access, etc. So how can we bridge this gap? How can we make them get water and etc.? So, what if the solution to India's clean water crisis wasn't in the underground, but in the air? What if we can get clean energy, not from our own, like the grids and something, but from our rooftops? What if we can subscribe to sustainability the way we subscribe to Netflix? And that's the world we are building at Evera. I'm Janani, the founder of Evera, here talking about it's a climate tech startup on a mission to make clean energy, water, etc. accessible, affordable, and impactful. It's a service-based model removing the off-grid and low emission along with the upfront costs for people. The problem. So before moving on, let me say you something which is really people don't care about and they don't make it into a real issue, but it is existing in there. Like the global water crisis, 10 people lose their lives every single second because of it. India faces severe water crisis and we don't have reliable energy, etc., along with lack of sustainable infrastructure, youth lacking the practical climate tech education, where they don't understand how climate works, like how these techs are there, but are not implementing them. So, how do we solve it? We are pioneering the green syndicate model, where we can generate, like, I'll ask you all to imagine a mission, okay? Where it can get water, clean water, right from the air. And missions like the solar panels that can generate electricity from your own rooftops. Along with that, we have a biogas units that makes green waste into cooking gas. Along with that, we have our eco-ambassador programs, cultural preservation projects, and partnerships with communities, along with our gamified eco activities and others, including impact trackers and Green Mile rewards. Our unique value proposition is we are the first doing this, the first mover in India to combine all these. And I'm proud to say that no existing person gives this as a service model. Because if I give it as a service model, I'm removing the upfront cost of the AWGs, add to water generators. It was like it costs more than 1 lakh for getting one generator. We can't put it in our houses or in rural places, right? It's difficult to spend 1 lakh on getting things like really late. People don't really believe in it or invest in it for their homes. We are giving them a monthly subscription where they can just have no upfront cost and subscribe to it just like Netflix, like pay rupees $2.99 per month. We'll have a recurring revenue too, and we can also have the upfront cost covered with it. We are bundling clean water, energy and fuel to make it for the rural places too, where they can put in even their agriculture waste, etc. into it and combine it into bring it into a clean cooking gas. We have a Green Miles gamification platform so that youth can actually understand what these techs are and they make it into a real impactful way and spread the information about it. And our Eco-Ambassador networks, just like I said, and we have an impact tracking dashboards to it. A competitive advantage, just like I said, we are the first to do it. We have a unique integration where we bring in the dual model of integrating the behavioral part of the people and the infrastructure, like selling it and all that. We have a strong alignment with the government policies, like the Jal Jeevan Mission, etc. So it is really a great way to move forward with it and making it an emotional brand value, actually. We have a low entry barrier because it's as a service model. So people don't have to pay much. They can get it. We have an ambition to expand to further like the tourism and all those so that they can also get water right from the air. Our customer segments, okay. The customer segments, basically, we don't just take the people with money or like people who don't have money. We combine everyone. Right from the people who are like under-deserved about these things to the ones who are ready to lead the transition of climate. From rural households, low-income urban communities, etc., schools and educational institutions can also set these up and get water, rather than depending on the underground water. And we have eco-conscious youth who are ready to implement these things. Along with that, we have the further vision to expand this to the hospitality and tourism sectors, hospitals, clinics, startup incubators, etc., who are willing to do this. Well, our existing alternatives. There's no existing alternative as a service model for AWG. It's a thorough research, there's no one in it. And solar as a service and biogas do exist, but no one does it in a combined way, providing all these in a subscription-based service, easy for people to access it in all the channels when I'm explaining about the channels. The key metrics, we are not defining our success only with like the revenue or something. We define our success with the millions of liters of water we generate. And let me bring in a fact over here that this air-to-water generator can generate around 1 to 10 liters per single day, even in this room. We can generate along 10, but the humidity has to be above 50%. That's the thing. Only humidity is dependent, but even in Chennai, like in the very single room we are staying in, we can do it. And the number of solar energy, etc., with schools and educational institutions, Eco-Ambassadors trained, and a Green Man gamification platform where they are also trained. Our channels, just for promotion, we have social media, influencer collaboration, SEOs, and other things. And we can partner with schools, colleges, panchayats, ward level outreach, making it both digitally and on ground. So that's why we have B2B, B2G, and B2C, along with, we can use NGOs and clubs like Rotary and Lions to bring in these and implement them. Our cost structure, we have a key cost structure for the product and tech infra, along with operation, logistics, sales, and admin. Our revenue structure basically depends on the subscription base for the AWG, solar, and biogas. Along with that, we have a Green Mile sponsorship, like the brands which come in and give their eco activities, and we can also do it. CSR projects, Eco-Ambassador courses like the certificates, the training, everything, consulting training, B2B. Then our SDG impact wheel. Well, we are not just saying mere words for like making an impact. We are thinking about the tangible impact we can make over here. So we directly contribute to 7 SDGs and indirectly contribute to 3 more. Well, you all would have got a question. Why did I name it Evera? Okay, Ever and Era. I combined it. It's not only just like a wordplay, but I did it because it gives like a real meaning to it. Ever is like symbolizing a timeless moment, and Era is a new world, like new age. We are bringing in a new lifestyle of living. Our website prototype. I have developed a prototype. We can explore our services over here. Then popular in your area, and then we have zero upfront cost options, like they can just subscribe to it, and I have my mission, blog, etc. for people to read and enjoy the experience. We can even have it in the mobile phone so that they can just call and say we need the subscription, because many rural places don't have websites or apps. They can just call us, and I have my real email ID which I have created for this up there. So, China Eco Revolution. Evera is not just solving a crisis, okay? We are creating this new platform where people can really connect with us and help us also grow with us. We are solving the dual crisis of water and energy access where millions of people don't have it. So join us with this movement and make this happen. Thank you.
Hi, Janani. Very interesting concept. So just want to try to understand how will you, because it's all very like you need machinery for generating water, for generating energy from solar panels, and also for your biogas plants, right? So how will you service like a household or a community or a neighborhood? How will you do that, and how will you generate?
So actually you can say that these AWGs are like the RO machines which we have in our house. They are just compact. We can actually use them to generate water like literally from the air, and they cost a lot. That's the high-end upfront cost. That's what they have. So we are reducing that cost by giving them a monthly subscription where they can subscribe for our maintenance service, and we are not charging them for the setting up. So they can easily give us, and we are getting a recurring revenue. Yes. And that one, like the solar panels and other things, we are setting it up, and like the biogas units also, like you said, we will set them up and give them the service, what they need, etc. These air-to-water generators, they are like the RO machines getting down. We get the condensed water, they purify it and give it to them. We have to check their like the purity of the water and all. That takes cost, but we can make it. I'm sure.
So will you focus more on big apartment complexes or individual residents?
Even individual residents can be done in this.
But your
Even like the rural people out there, they can get like for an entire village, we can make a mission for them, like for the entire village, because they generate almost 10 liters of water in a single day. Like 10 liters is really a large amount, sir.
10 liters per family?
Per day, they generate water, 10 liters. And even more. If the humidity is like really more, they generate more.
Okay, so you will offer this as, like for example in Chennai, you'll go to a neighborhood or an apartment complex and you can you can install all of these, and if there are 1,000 residents there, that means you can generate a lot of biogas, you can generate a lot of energy from solar panels, and you can generate a lot of water, right? So is that how it will work, and you'll get recurring revenue from each of these households?
Yes, sir, that's one part. But what I'm really focusing on is the rural side, because they are the ones who really don't have the clean energy and water over there. Like they don't even have the clean water. So there I can set them up, like they can really give just a 200 or something and get this water, clean water, because that's what they need.
Hi Jenny. Your idea is good, much needed solution. Okay, and this is the first time I'm hearing about, like I've been seeing prototype about air being converted to water and everything. I understand your solution and everything, but one basic question to run a startup is, how are you going to make money? Okay.
Oh yes, sir.
Let me finish.
Oh, sir.
Okay. You're going to install the machineries, right? So it is going to be an upfront cost for you. Okay. Say for example, you said as a pilot you wanted to do like 5,000, or like say let's take a 50 households as an example. Okay. And your machine is going to cost like say 1 lakh as a cost, and you're going to spend an upfront cost of 50 lakhs to install that machine. Okay, and if you're going to collect, like say somewhere around 400 is what I saw, and if you're going to even do a break even, you're going to take at least 4 to 5 years to at least do the break even of setting up the machine. Okay, so when you will learn, or like how you will make money to scale up?
So you can see that the government has so many schemes right now, like the Jal Jeevan, PM, other things. They actually support these people who are bringing in new tech like this. So we can use those fundings. I'm talking about fundings. Yes, like you said, the revenue, it takes time, but it's building an impact. And we have our on-go revenue stream for the Eco Ambassador programs. Like I said, we can get revenue directly.
Okay, good.
That's why I bought in those Eco Ambassador gamification platform and all those.
Okay, nice. Okay, thank you.
So, as everyone said, it's a good idea, right? You need to look out one of the company in IIT Madras, Visual Technologies. Okay. So, it is built by IIT alumnus. It's a similar concept exactly, right? So, they have made some prototypes. They have installed in some of the around in Chennai. They have delivered some kind of a portable machines to convert air to water. It is incubated in IIT Madras. You can check out Visual Technologies. Okay, and as Sir mentioned, it is kind of a heavily upfront cost. As you mentioned, you have a direction of funding and everything, but making a prototype itself, it's a highly demanding cost that you have to look out. Okay, either you can talk with the peoples who are already there in IIT, right, who are meant in the startups. So you can take their product and make your business as a service and part that makes you start revenuing out of it. That's my suggestion.
Yes.
You can really look out. You can go to speak with them, so you can understand how the tech is working and what's the mentorship that you can get from them. So on, that will go further. Okay, so nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So could I say it? Basically, like you said, the upfront cost, I'm looking over it, and there is a Bangalore startup, which is, I don't know the name, but they are doing this like in the rural places, but they don't give it as a service, and that's why people don't adopt to them, because they have to spend almost $1 lakh over there. About the revenue, I'll look over it, sir.
Yeah, that's the part. Like instead of making the machinery again, whatever it is invented already, so you can take the invented machines and you can give those invented machine to the peoples who want you to get impact, right? So as a service, as a company that you can generates revenue from those things instead of making a fully fledged the machines from scratch.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
She's there. Can we have you back on stage, Janani? We have one more question.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize.
Janani, are you here? We'll give you a cordless, ma.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to ask, in the rural settings.
Yes.
So are you going to place one unit in a village?
We can place one unit in a village because that would be really
And that is what it is, like a cluster, for the cluster of houses it's going to be, because independent unit it's going to be very expensive.
Yeah.
So at least one unit which will serve the village community. Is that the model that you are looking at?
We can really serve the entire village because it generates so much water.
So Jal Jeevan Mission has got funding grant support for this clean tech? Jal Jeevan Mission,
yes, ma'am.
Do they offer grants for this?
They offer grants for those who are bringing in solutions like this.
Solutions like this. I also want you to, in addition to IIT Madras, IIT Kanpur has got the largest incubation of clean tech and climate tech startups. I do remember recently, I think it's fully funded by State Bank of India. So clean tech, I think 40 clean tech startups are onboarded in IIT Kanpur. I will also connect you. Just look at what's happening there. You need to understand, in the clean tech space, lot of funding. SIDBI is giving huge funding to all the money is going to IITs actually, and for clean tech. So they have special schemes for all those things. You really need to look at those schemes also.
Ma'am, could I mention this? Like I, during my 11th standard, went to IIT Bombay's Iroka Junior Competition. I had a different idea, but I connected with them, and now I'm applying with this idea.
Right.
And I joined their Eco Ambassador program, actually. Not the Eco Ambassador, I'm sorry, their Campus Ambassador program. So.
See, we need to figure out a methodology, Akila. How do we connect school incubations to this college incubation centers? Something is happening there. This is what it is, right?
Yes.
Thank you. I wanted to understand your rural model. That's why I just wanted.
Thank you. Very nice. I just have one question for you. How committed are you to taking this idea into reality?
Ma'am, actually, I almost took 2 competitions and won in it. I'm so happy that I presented this in a global level. It's Immerse Education Business Plan Competition, and I won the runner-up place in it. I'm so happy to say it. I got it during the May month.
See, we are happy to support you in whatever way we can as TiE Chennai, where we can put you in touch with the right mentors, right incubators who will support you and maybe give access for funding as well. That's why I asked you, how serious are you about taking
I'm really serious about this, ma'am. That's
very good. We'll stay in touch.
Thank you.
You made her day, ma'am.
Thank you, Akila. If I may add, we as DAV will kick it off with our first investment with this project. So happy to say that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all for that quick support. But no, those are not the results. So hold on. Okay, requesting the jury to begin the consolidation because that was our last speaker. A quick recap on the KK front, what Kala Kendram does. Please watch the video while the jury gets busy. We'll also get into the acknowledgements. I request the events team to get the stage ready for that. I would like to acknowledge our gratitude to the TiE team for being our knowledge partner. I request the entire team for having been here. We will please hold on for some more time. There is a little more excitement to come up, but requesting Akila ji, who ably leads the team, to please address the gathering. On stage, ma'am?
No. This is fine. This is fine. I'm good. You can hear me, right? So, yes, about good afternoon and namaste. And Sometimes when I stand in front of you all, the students, whatever I talk is always a cliched statement. If only we had had this opportunity when we were young. Now, sometimes I hear myself saying, why are you doing this again and again? But then, whenever I stand in front of the students, this is a, like that predominant feeling, that emotion says that, well, we did not have an opportunity, but we are glad that each one of you have this opportunity to be here. And that is what Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, right? Lead us from darkness to light. This knowledge, whatever we gain here, let this lead all of us from darkness to light. So having said that, I was just thinking, that's what I was talking to Sri Rajiv ji also. First of all, thanks to DAV management and Kala Kendram for giving us an opportunity to be part of this wonderful initiative. And on behalf of TiE Chennai, our entire team here supported by the CCC and our mentors, it is an honor and privilege for TiE Chennai to be part of this lovely initiative, and we look forward to being part of this in the future years as well. So, many of you may know or may not know about TiE Chennai. I'll just take less than a minute to introduce TiE to you. TiE, the Indus entrepreneurs, but TiE itself is a brand now. It is the world's largest network of entrepreneurs. This is spread across about 15 countries and 66 chapters. And TiE Chennai continues to be one of the best performing chapters throughout in the past few years, whatever. And it's only because of the support we have from the ecosystem. We are who we are only because of the ecosystem. And yesterday, TYE is one of the programs, TiE Young Entrepreneurs for the school children. And the TYE finals for the year 2025 happened yesterday in Delhi. This time, a team that was actually put together by the Kriya University, where we were the mentors, they won the Best Business Model Award last night. And our invitation, and this is a commitment from our side, that the students who presented here and the winners over here will get an opportunity to represent TYE Global Finals in 2026. So that is our request, and it's an invitation to DAV schools so that we'll be happy to take these students. Amazing ideas. I was just telling Rama, business model canvas, lean business canvas, value proposition, really? This is the language the startups and the scale-ups talk. And it is so nice to see these children talk the exact language that a true entrepreneur actually speaks, right? So, lovely, and congratulations to each one of you. And the next invitation is, if all the students are interested, we can talk to IIT Madras Research Park and organize a tour so that you can actually go around and see the companies that have been incubated at the IIT Madras Incubation Cell. There are 4 incubators inside the IIT Research Park campus. One is IIT Madras Incubation Cell, and the other one is the Rural Technology Business Incubator. There is a Health Tech Incubator, and there is a Biotech Incubator as well. So everything somehow connects with the HEAL theory concept that you have actually developed. Congratulations for focusing on something that is extremely important for the future generations, and future, not just future generation, it is for the world, right? And once again, thank you so much on behalf of TiE Chennai. We look forward to continuously working with you, and we are here to support you. Anytime you need your idea to be validated, we are here for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We assure you we will take you up on all those offers. I tried to sit with the jury team to see if they could consolidate in 2 minutes, but there's utter chaos at that table. Though I'm not surprised, we've heard the best. So I will take another minute, and we will look at the hamper that we are giving out. We have spoken so much about HEAL, so my team has worked very hard on curating a hamper that comes together with products filled with NGOs supporting individuals with special challenges. Each item here reflects commitment to health, wellness, education, environment, agriculture and livelihood. We have millet cookies from Arogyata. We've already heard from them earlier today. We have a book, the Japanese bestseller Ikigai, which is a meaningful companion to all heal thinkers. An upcycled handmade notepad. This comes from individuals with special needs and is made with recycled paper. A seed pencil, plant it, grow it. And a canvas ludo, which is being made again by adults with special needs from Sneha. Sneha is an NGO who has been supporting us through last year. So thank you so much. A special mention. You will notice that all that I have read out goes into a neatly and beautifully designed hamper box. This was designed by a creative and design team that is ably headed by Hamsavani ji and an entire team. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the stunning visuals and the hamper box design, and always welcoming us for a brainstorming session. I have the advantage because I sit right next to her. So thank you. Finally, there are smiles on the jury's faces. So it is my honor to introduce our jury panel who has been so patiently listening. We will begin with Shankaraji, founder of Caprix Learning Lab, a dynamic entrepreneur with expertise in EdTech and technology startups, with strategic insight, global exposure and operational excellence. He is redefining early learnings through the Caprix Nurture Lab curriculum, fostering 21st century skills in Gen Alpha learners. Sir, we would like you to address us, please.
Hi, good morning everyone. I think it's good afternoon everyone. Thank you DAV, TIE for this excellent opportunity. I see it's a very good platform where I see we are building actually the future leaders that we have been there. Okay, that's I see where I have been. Okay, students, this is an excellent platform. If you ask your teachers or your parents or who passed out in 2008 or something, actually we didn't have this kind of an ecosystem or a platform to showcase our ideas or understand what we wanted to do. Okay, being 10th or 12th, it's always go study, your exams are there. Okay, but I see generations are changing. We are creating opportunities and bringing actual leaders who want to be there in the future. Basically, we are solving the problem which we have been not solving in the earlier systems. That's what I see. One short story that when I started my startup, one of my friend gave me this one, where basically there is a curse on a community. There are 2 islands. In one island, there are formal villages there. People are staying there and everyone. They can be a king for 7 years in that village. Once their term is ended, they have to go to the second village or the second island basically, where you will not have people living there. It will be full of forest, animals are there, people are there, there is no one, there is no survival at all, and whoever becomes a king, he has to go there in 7 years after that. So no one is willing to take up this island as or didn't want to become a king there, but fortunately one small student who wanted to bring or be a king just graciously accepted the offer, and he said, I'll be king for this island for 7 years. But then 7 years is completed. While going to the another island, the boatman asked him why you are so happy, because whoever goes there have never returned, there's no survival at all. But he said, in this 7 years I used my first year to build the resources to go there to that island. Second year I built a farm there. Third year I built all the farm, I had a people there to kill all the animals. Then fourth year I built a palace there. So in this last 7 years, I am not only a king, for my lifetime I am going to be a king in the other island. So here the basic story is more about how are you going to use your resources and ecosystem that is available. So being here a student, you see an excellent platform DAV being presenting you with good opportunity to cultivate your ideas. Okay, there are resources TIE ma'am, Akila ma'am is here. We have teachers, mentors are there. So how are you going to utilize those resources? Only people who sees opportunities to solve their problem, identify and take a correct guidance, you will be able to reach the second island where you can be a king always. That's my message that I want to tell. Where you see a problem, solve it, and you will be there to reach the place that you wanted to have. Thanks team for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Next, it's my privilege to introduce Ram Kumar ji. We would love to welcome him, a passionate entrepreneur transforming ideas into impactful med tech solutions. A second-time founder, he brings hands-on experience in MVP development, investor pitch creation, and grant writing. With expertise across critical startup functions, he is driven to build groundbreaking healthcare innovations. Currently incubated at IITM Incubation Cell, his journey continues to inspire. We request you to address the gathering, sir.
So, good afternoon everyone. It's a very privilege to me to have a sit with sirs as a jury panels, and my journey is kind of started, you can say my college second year, right? So I'm wonderful, like I'm seeing wonders. The 10th and 12th students are doing the same, right? So I have been created hundreds of pitch deck for my last 7 years for different ideas, helping to the startup founders. So it is a equivalent to what I am doing. The peoples are done with the 10th and 12th knowledge. The peoples get mentored so far. So the biggest thing, advantage is in a school or in a college, right, when you are going to have the peoples, right, so you must need to get some co-founders, as most of the people presented here have a single founder team. But I know the very importance of who get a co-founder in our team, right, so it will give more encourage to us. So he is my co-founder, Sasi, one of the co-founder in my team. So we were in 7 to 8 years together, and we have been, this is our second venture. First venture got rejected as the usual stories, but we have a resilience in our team, right? So we never give up in anything so far, whatever the hurdle, whatever the technological things that happenings towards. So me and Sasi and our professor Dr. Karthik have been done so far individually. We have not get any kind of high-tech infrastructure or something. Whatever the resources we have in our hand, we have done so far. And I'm privileged to say, like in top hospital in Chennai right now, we are partnering with them for a data collection to making the India's first or India's largest data for whatever the medical area that we are building right now. So one more advice, like it's not usual, but in a student kind of an environment that you can get everything without any kind of a rejections, right? So even say the pocket money, even say you can have a mentorship with your professors, not in a college, not in a school, even though if you are moving with the colleges itself, right? So take a high risk, right? So apart from your whatever the curriculum that you are doing, so take a very much high risk, whatever the domain that you want to do, right? So it will give a high reward in certain time, certain period of time, right? So don't hesitate to do whatever the things that you come up with your mind, like so many your friends and other people have done so many ideas, right? Ma'am mentioned from 22 ideas they picked up 8, so which means there are several 16 ideas left behind to make it a further impactful. So take these, the platform, the school and the partnership TIE Chennai have mentioned that they have the incubation cells. So take the opportunity, take the useful of the resources. So they will help. Sir mentioned, sir ready to invest the investment also, the first check. So you have a very good environment. I never seen. So far in my last 7 to 8 years, a school have the incubation cell. So far I have heard about the institutions and other peoples have the incubation cells. So that's what, you have the complete resources, you have the complete mentorships. So you can have not just a curriculum, like whatever, you have to do, get a degree, something that's important. Don't get fall with like you don't have the degree, you don't need a degree. So you must need a degree in a very skillful way. At the same time, you have to be built with some business knowledge, business intelligence you have to build so for your life. So it is not just give a revenue or a money, it will give a strength, confidence and resilience throughout the year, throughout your life for any matter of the incidents that happens, right? So all the very best, all of you, and I'm hoping you can get the best out of from the DAV school and partner with TIE Chennai. Thank you for the opportunities.
Thank you, sir, for emphasizing on the degree. Much needed. On the eminent panel, we also have Shyam Sundarji, an alumnus from batch of 96 of DAV Boys Gopalpuram, who goes on to build something meaningful in the world of sports and technology. Shyamji, co-founder of SharePlay, a fast-growing sports tech startup, was born right here at DAV and is now helping schools, including DAV, coaching academies and venues manage their sports operations. Sir, would love to hear from you.
Namaste, hello everyone. How's everybody today? A big round of applause to our 8 speakers today for some phenomenal ideas, things that we've never heard of before. Like, this is just great. And I think they're all winners. We had a really hard time figuring out who came first, second, third, or, I think everybody's a winner here. Like Aarti ma'am said, I was from the DAV Boys School, batch of 96. And today I run SharePlay, which is a sports tech company. So we work with a lot of schools, we work with academies, and we work with sports venues, clubs, and associations. So over the last 4 years, apart from Chennai, we're now in Bangalore, Hyderabad. We've got a few customers in Bombay and Gurgaon as well. We're still very small, we're still growing. We've got a long, long way to go. But it all started here, right, at the Boys Wing. So it all started because my co-founder Raghu was from batch of 94 in the Boys Wing. And every morning we used to play football in the corporation ground in Besanagar, like a Kutti corporation ground, a small ground. And always fighting for space with somebody wanting to play cricket and somebody wanting to play hockey and things like that. So Raghu and I got thinking about why not use school spaces, because nobody uses a school space after 5 o'clock or on holidays or weekends, and it's of no good to anyone, right? So we set up a meeting in, I think, August 2019. I remember that really well. I met Vikas ji and Rajiv ji, and we pitched an idea and said, can we try something like this and just see if it works? And I think the next day we got a yes. And in November we got live, right? In about 2 months we started SharePlay and we got off the ground. Since then it's been about 4.5 years now. We've done a lot of good things. We've done a lot of things that didn't go well, and cut a lot of things that didn't really work for us. But if not for DAV, we wouldn't really be here at all. It kind of got us to start off. So thank you very much for giving us that start. So DAV is really, really open to celebrating great ideas or encouraging people with ideas. And this was before HEAL was even started. I think HEAL was started a couple of years ago, if I'm right, last year, right? And we were much before HEAL. So we were just an idea that they picked up and said, okay, why don't you try it? But today, I'm sure a lot of you, apart from the 8 people who spoke today, have got some great ideas, really want to make a difference. It doesn't matter how small or big it is, whether it's going to go right or going to go wrong. You should just try it out. Go speak to the people at the HEAL cell. Come give some talks here. There's some great people to give you some mentorship. You don't know who's going to be the next big idea. So just give it a try and see where it goes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So we have successfully collated the results, what we have been waiting for with bated breath, but it will take another minute because it's now time for acknowledgement and gratitude. I would love to invite Rajiv Chaudhary, sir, President Arya Samaj Seva Foundation, to please lead the dignitaries, Yogesh Kalia ji, Poonam ma'am, senior board members of DAV Group on the dais, please. We begin by saying thank you to Dr. Preeti ma'am for taking out time on her very busy schedule. Ma'am, please on stage for us. It's also International Yoga Day, so ma'am has spearheaded a lot of activities today. I know that for a fact because we were fighting for this auditorium. I know, ma'am, I'm out in 45 minutes. Thank you, ma'am, thank you. A small token of appreciation from us. Sincere thank you to Vinod Kumar ji for his time. Would request the team, I request TIE team, our knowledge partner, to please join us on stage. Akila ma'am and team. Akilaji, Ramaman, Sauravji, Dharmalingam sir, please. Please, sir. I request all our participants to please assemble on this door, please. I think you're all sitting at the back. All the presenters for today, they've already gone back. Okay. To the winners for the day. We will begin with second runner-up, Shrinisha, DAV BHEL School, Ranipet. She gets a trophy and a hamper. Congratulations. First runner-up. First runner-up for the day, Manaswini, Girls Gopalpuram. Congratulations. The overall winner for the day, even my heart is beating, Pranavi S. DAV School, Palikarni. I think she hit jackpot in the Q&A round. It was very impactful. Congratulations, my dear. Well, DAV Kala Kendram, we have something for everyone. So, Best Speaker Award, shared by Charvi and Shreyas. Charvi, Girls Gopalpuram. Shreya says DAV School, Palikarni. Best Speaker, shared by Charvi and Shreyas. Congratulations. Best Presentation, LED Content, Abhishek and team, and Arihan. Abhishek and team and Arihan. Arihan, DAV School, Palikarni, and we have Maharishi Vidya Mandir Girls and Abhishek Girls, Gopalpuram. Congratulations. Janani. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you, members on the dais. My heartfelt gratitude to everyone involved. A huge thank you to TIE team, ably led by Akila ji, for partnering with us and for allowing us to brainstorm all the time. Literally day and night we were welcomed. Thank you so much for your coordination. I'm grateful to DAV management for their unwavering support as always, and Girls Gopalpuram team for being such wonderful hosts. Thank you, Sindhu ma'am, for all your support. Sincere appreciation to the events team for their tireless efforts. They've been here 2 nights putting up this wonderful stage setup. And for all school principals for supporting us for the last 3 months, beginning from information sessions to boot camps. To the amazing student volunteer team for making this event so seamless. Thank you all for your collaboration and patience. I just have one feedback. Please, can we turn the podium around? I cannot see anything on stage. Your applause is all that I get to know of what's happening up there. So a loud round of applause. Thank you one and all. It's been a lovely morning. Please rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जाहे तब शुभ आशीष माहे गाये तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Namaste and thank you.